Good morning, beautiful people. I am back. I will not be with you guys that long, so I'm going to get right into my commentary. So it was day 3 of the Karmelo Anthony trial, and the prosecution rested. So now we're going to hear from the defense later in the week. I'm going to share a clip with you. Everything I share is for educational purposes. I know you guys, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up. I like the mornings. I'm up for a spell. Not that long, though. Okay, let me get right into this video. And then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it, okay? What's up for myself?
Your beliefs are built on a lie. It's okay. First degree capital punishment.
What's good, Zero? I won't be with you guys that long, but I'm looking at this.
We're going to stand by ours regardless. This is about race. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't give a damn.
Wow, those were the chaotic scenes outside of a Texas courthouse this week during the murder trial of Karmelo Anthony.
Now, I was a little tickled watching that. Let me watch that again.
It's okay. First degree capital punishment.
We're going to stand by ours regardless. This is about race. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't give a damn.
Wow, those were the chaotic.
Queen 88 made it on Fox News. What's good, Damage? I'm just up for a spell. How are you? You didn't see it? Let me listen a little bit more to. Let me tell you guys, this case. I told you guys before, and people are arguing with me. I told you it was racially charged. It's bringing out a lot. It's not even just about Karmelo and Austin anymore. It's about white versus black, and it shouldn't be that way. Let me listen a little bit more to this, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it, okay?
Scenes outside of a Texas courthouse this week during the murder trial of Karmelo Anthony. Hello, everyone. This is the second hour of the big weekend show. It is day 3 of the trial of Karmelo Anthony and his accused of first-degree murder for the deadly stabbing of fellow 17-year-old high school student Austin Metcalf. Now, the alleged murder occurred at a Texas high school track meet back in 2025. The defense team claims Anthony acted in self-defense, while the state rested its case just moments ago after calling 21 witnesses. We have team coverage with former NYPD inspector and attorney Paul Morrow standing by. But first, we go to Brooke Taylor live outside of that courthouse in McKinney, Texas. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Tommy. Yeah, at the center of the prosecution's case right now are these students that were under the tent. They saw the stabbing and the moments leading up to it. More than 10 of these students and teammates testified in court yesterday and today. Now, many told jurors that they thought it was unusual that Karmelo Anthony, who went to a different school, was under their team's tent. The defense said that Anthony was sheltering from the rain and recognized someone there. Students testified that Austin Metcalf repeatedly asked Anthony to leave. Several recalled Anthony responding, "Touch me and find out." Now, jurors also heard that Metcalf made the first physical contact, but witnesses described it as minor. One called it a soft touch. Another described it as a little push. They testified that moments later, Anthony pulled out a 5-inch folding knife from his backpack and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. The defense argues Anthony acted out of self-defense and fear. Now, one of the key witnesses today was a 17-year-old teammate of Metcalf's who was under the tent. He testified that Metcalf tried to avoid a fight, telling Anthony, quote, "Dude, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet." Now, jurors also heard from an 18-year-old witness today. This is important testimony because he knew both Anthony and Metcalf, and he was the student who Anthony was apparently saying hi to. He testified when Austin asked him to leave, quote, "Karmelo said, 'You'll have to move me.' Austin put his hand on his back. I saw Karmelo's hand go in the backpack. We're at a track meet. I wouldn't expect anything to be in there," Karmelo said. "Touch me, you'll have to move me and find out," trying to provoke him. "Then what happens?" the prosecutor asked. He said Austin puts his hand on him and falls back. "How was Austin trying to move him?" the prosecutor asked. He responded, "It was him trying to move him off his seat, a soft shove." The prosecutor then said, "What did Austin do?" The witness replied, "I see the hole in his chest and blood." He starts screaming for help. Now, the state's last witness was a medical examiner. The prosecution showed 4 pictures of Metcalf. His family stepped outside the courtroom so that they didn't have to see that. Meanwhile, if convicted of murder, Anthony faces up to life behind bars. Tommy.
Brooke Taylor, thank you so much.
Let's see.
Joining us now in studio to break down the latest.
Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you have been keeping up with a lot of it. I've been watching the riots outside the courthouse, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasters. I don't know why people are asking me to cover this case, because I don't have the popular opinion. What do you guys want me to tell you? I think my problem is that people want to demonize the one that is not alive anymore and paint Karmelo as this victim. I'm having trouble with it. Now, you guys can disagree with me. I've been called a sellout. I've been called everything under the sun, but I'm having problems with it. Okay, I see a crime. I'm not gonna hold you. I am surprised that the prosecution arrested. Okay. Oh wait, what did I do?
You let me up. It's all good.
Yeah, I know I let you up, but on my end, my screen kind of did something weird. But anyways, what's good, QI?
It's all good. I'm waiting for you to finish your statement, and then I'll chime in when necessary.
Thank you. And I know we won't finish this conversation tonight. This morning we'll finish it later. But I did want to start it. I see a crime. 2 boys at a track meet. One was under a tent that didn't belong to him or his classmate, and the other one asked him to move. Karmelo said some words. Austin put his hands on him. Karmelo pulled out a knife and took his life. How is that not a crime? That doesn't fall under self-defense. It doesn't fall under standing
Okay.
You gotta let me finish. It doesn't fall under standing ground. Now, I am surprised again that the prosecution did not call up Austin's twin brother, but I'm wondering if he'll use him as a rebuttal witness, since the defense is going to be next week and they're supposed to wrap this trial up by Friday. I'm listening to the protesters outside. It seems to me that a lot of people are aggravating people on Austin's side, yelling in his face. I see a lot of things, toxicity. It's just a very hostile environment outside that courthouse. But I'm having problems with it. Go ahead, QI.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Words are words. We're in the B sector. I'm in the B sector. Or, yeah. My channel initiated in the B sector. So, words are words. But just because somebody says certain words does not mean that I have a right to put my hands on them. Once I put my hands on them, then, what I do next, once they put their hands on me. Once they put their hands on me, what I do next is going to be considered self-defense, because you initiated physical contact.
Well, according to the testimony, Karmelo provoked it when he was saying, "Put your hands on me, or else, or see what I'm gonna do." Seems to me like he was just as guilty as anyone else for using words. You can't provoke somebody Good morning, Barn Dog. You can't provoke somebody. How you doing, member? I appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting my stream. You can't provoke somebody and then say that it's self-defense.
What's your definition of provoke? Can we look that up under Chat
I don't
GPT?
think we need to look it up. I think
Yeah,
we
we
all
do.
know it. I think
Yeah,
we
we
all know what
do.
provoke means.
Yeah, we do.
No, I
We
don't
do.
think we need to do that. No, I don't. And I'm not going to waste my time looking up the word provoke.
All right.
My son
But
can
let me
tell you
just
what provoke
say,
means.
Okay, well, let me just say it like this. Like I just said, words are words. Okay. But once you initiate physical contact, the physical contact is provoking, not the words.
I disagree. Words can be provoking. We all know that words can be provoking and antagonizing.
If
You
you're
just
looking
mentioned
for
a
an
particular
excuse,
sector, which I don't know why you're bragging about it, but you just mentioned a particular sector that you're from, where you guys provoke each other all the time. So we know that people can provoke, but it doesn't mean to pull out a weapon.
mm,
Self-defense is supposed to be
but
force, and that's what you guys are missing. It's supposed to be equal force.
okay, so are you going to let me present this next half and let me land my plane as I present it? Are you going to allow me? And then, because if you really want to understand, I can help people to understand. Because as I stated, when I first started looking at this case, I looked at it unbiasedly. If Carmela
As am I.
was
I
in
am
it,
doing the same.
yeah. So it's not because I don't look at it like you asked me, is it a race case? I said no, because initially I didn't see it as a race case. The
I didn't
media
ask you if
and
it
the
was
public.
a race case. I said it's racially charged because it is. It wasn't a question. It is
Right,
racially
right,
charged.
right. But see, from my eyes, it was not, because all I saw was two young boys that did something that children normally do. Normally, because we can't say that children don't fight at school. We can't say that children don't bring weapons to school. We can't say that. That's why they got metal detectors now, because children do bring weapons to school. School is not like it was when me and you went to school. Because me, we like, I just say we 70s babies. And I'm just saying that because I don't want to dox us. But
You
we
have to figure this
70s.
out. Listen, it's racially charged. It should only be about white. I
The
mean, instead of
media,
people
but
making
it
it about the
wasn't,
case,
the case
there-
itself is not a race case. The media and the public made it a racially charged case. You get what I'm saying? It's two different things. If you look at what the incident is not race, but our perceptions.
I think your sound's going out. I think your sound's going out a little bit. I think you're borging. Pure, I think you're borging. You're borging. Your sound fool. QI, you gotta get your sound together. Zero, I mean, Diamond's the only. Zero said good. Oh, you guys, I miss you guys a lot. Um, while QI's getting her sound together, because I can't hear her. I can't hear her. Oh, I just lost her. I couldn't hear her. Listen, I don't know why people keep asking my opinion. Did y'all know I almost took off so I can go and interview some of these protesters? I have half a mind to fly out to where's this, Charles, Texas, just to interview the protesters. I am not liking it. I think it's weird the January 6er is out there talking about if Carmelo's found innocent. What's his name, you guys? Y'all know who I'm talking about. If Carmelo's found innocent, he's gonna take his life. That's dumb. You sound like a moron. Don't you have enough controversy with January 6th? I think that's uncalled for. I don't give a damn if you're Republican or Democrat. That's weird. Okay. If this kid is found innocent, we don't get to just take his life, because if that was the case, then we have to do what that child guy who's found innocent for taking that 14-year-old's life, who did nothing wrong. He didn't steal a bottle of water. So I don't like that kind of stuff. If Carmelo is found innocent, I will come back and give my commentary on it. I will. I think that I'm having a hard time with the case. I'm having a hard time with the protesters. Even that little clip I played right now, why are they in these guys' face just because they're supporting Austin? Karmelo has supporters, a lot of supporters, and so does Austin Metcalf. But Austin Metcalf is the one that lost his life. Austin Metcalf is the one whose family will never see him again. Karmelo, regardless if he gets life in prison, 5 years, 10 years in prison, his family can visit him. His family can see him. He'll eventually get out, probably. More than likely. I'm just having problems with this because as I'm listening to this case, I keep hearing Austin demonized. And the reason I really didn't want to cover the case is because since I'm Black, I am supposed to be on the side of Karmelo. You guys don't have to say it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me, but
That was
you know,
cute, though.
you know it's true. People are thinking I should be on the side of Karmelo. I'm on the side of right. I'm on the side of what's right. So I'm gonna watch this case. Go ahead, QI. I think I'm
Okay,
gonna
the question.
cover this case, you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna like MU. We're
23
gonna
girls.
keep it. We're gonna keep it unbalanced. But here's the question that I have to the audience that I even had to ask myself. Like when it comes to this case, right? Is it race or is it our own personal perceptions, past traumas, past beliefs, or whatsoever? And I say, yes, it is our own. Like what has come to the forefront is people's own junk. Because at the end of the day, when you listen to the details of the case, like you said, I am not going to paint Austin in a bad light. What I'm going to say is that Austin may have had some bad guidance or leadership, meaning the coach. And then at the same time, with Carmela, I think that he was in fear and he jumped the gun. So both made mistakes, right? At the end of the day, both made mistakes. Both made some quick assumptions and some quick mistakes. But it's sad to see that we as adults, we are pushing our personal issues into this situation and making it worse than what it should be. Now, rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. I really do hate that that young man lost his life. However, uh, that coach should have never uh implied or put into the mind frame of that young adult that he should that young man he should be an adult and handle situations on his own. What I mean is that the adults at the end of the day who should be on trial is the adult lack of supervision, that coach.
Okay, so since I'm having trouble with YouTube right now, I may as well speak my mind and not worry about the algorithm so much since they're already mad at me. Listen, what I see right now, I hear QI going on, and listen, at the end of the day, this
It's the
kid admitted
coach.
this at the end of the day, this kid admitted taking Austin's life. He admitted it. He said it was not alleged. I do
So it
not
wasn't.
believe. I do not believe. I do not believe that it was. Well, he's entitled to a fair trial. But why all the lies about Austin being on drugs, about it being a cleat sharpener? Why all the
I
lies?
don't know
At the
nothing
end of
about
the
that.
day,
I don't listen to
I don't
that.
need help. I don't need help. At the end of the day, I see a kid that lost his life, and let me tell you something. In high school, a lot of fights happen. A lot of bullying happens. And high school is a time where you learn how to work things out. You learn how to do conflict resolution. You do not pull out a weapon and take somebody's life. This is high school. This is where they're young, they have tempers. I would be afraid knowing that my son is going to school, knowing that if he gets in a disagreement, if he puts his hand, my son is very gentle anyway, but I do not buy what the defense is selling, and taking race completely out of it, which we can't because it's racially charged, because Karmelo is black. And because Karmelo is black, people have to tiptoe around the trial, because I don't need help. People have to tiptoe around the trial and make it seem as if, oh, if you're on Karmelo's side, well, if you're on Karmelo's side, then all right, people are going to look at you funny. And if you're on Austin's side, somehow you are a racist or a white supremacist. So it would be a lot easier, again, if this trial was by people of the same race, because that way we can actually see the trial for what it is. But instead, they're already talking about the jury. They're already talking about, because there's no black people on the jury. The people on the jury, the blacks, were not struck based off of color. They were based because they were female and educators, and they got struck for that reason, which makes sense to me. Which is, I think I scared QI, but that's okay. I'm gonna say, this is why I said, well, good morning, Henny. This is why I said I don't think people want me to cover this trial, but what I want to do is I'm gonna start making more uploads and making more videos for you guys, and so that way I can really put my opinions, my right opinions out there. If you take color out of it and you see a child, okay, let's put it like this. Picture Austin as the one who took Karmelo's life. Would people be saying the same thing? Would they be saying self-defense, or would they be wanting Austin to go to prison for life? That's how I look at it. If I had to, if the roles were reversed, I don't think that people would be as sympathetic towards Austin, because painting him as this big bully and his monster. I'm not saying that Austin was perfect. I'm not saying that. But I'm damn sure not saying Karmelo was either. I'm not. I was talking to somebody earlier, you guys,
Okay.
and I was kind of, this person is so pro-black, everything, and that's fine. That's fine, you know. But pro-black communities don't accept MU. I promise with it. This person's so pro-black, and I kind of mentioned the case. I did invite them on, and they said they'll come. Of course, you know what side they're on, and they were so shocked that I said, I'm not on anybody's side. I want to see what's going to happen in the trial. I want to watch.
But me too, though.
But it was just funny how this person automatically said that I was, what did he say? As a black woman,
Biased.
how could I see it that way? What does my race have to do with the trial? And never mind. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that I'm unbiased too. I entered this case unbiased.
I disagree.
Of course you would, because, if you're biased, you're going to, of course, think that anybody who has an opposing opinion is biased. But at any rate, it's like this. I have listened to the details of the case, and what I have concurred is that we have one child who was put into a leadership position that should not have been put into an adult leadership position mentally. And then we have one child who saw a group of people coming at him that that panicked and did the best that he knew to do at that time. So I'm saying that these children are innocent, because we cannot expect children to have the frame of mind of adults who have faced responsibilities, when there should have been an adult present at that time. And we have to look at it like a humanistic
I'm
point
having
of view.
problems with this, QI. I'm having problem with this whole
But let
scenario.
me finish
Am I
this. Let
wrong,
me
you guys?
land. I
But
said
how am
let me
I
land the
wrong?
plane. I
Oh, okay,
have
but
one
that
more
means it
sentence.
can't
One
be a
more
half an hour.
sentence.
Okay, wrap it
You
up.
haven't you I don't know why you're having problems, because what you have to look at it is take them out the situation.
I'm
Take
having
the
problems
race.
because I know how you actually feel about QI, and you're just taking us
No,
under
no, no,
strong
no,
words.
no. You're assuming.
I'm
Because
not assuming.
I'm not pro black. I'm not pro black.
I'm assuming because of your words earlier for this stream. I know exactly how you feel.
No, I'm
Why?
not pro black. I'm not pro black. What I am is
I
looking at
didn't
it
say
like,
you were pro
no,
black.
no, no.
When did I say that you were pro black? When did I say
no,
that?
no. But look at it like this. If I am, if I go to the grocery store
No, no. When did
and
I say you were pro black?
no, no, no. But listen, just listen. I'm finna present it in a different way to let you know how I really think.
Girl.
If I go to a grocery store and you know like I got good intentions, I don't have no bad intentions and things of that nature, but somebody in that grocery store might have thought I stole something, right? I might have thought I might steal something. And so a whole group of people approach me, big people, people that are bigger than me, in somewhat of an aggressive manner.
You guys,
And
am
it
I being
looks
rude by tuning this
no,
part
no,
out?
no, no. But let me
Am I being
finish.
rude?
I'm
I don't
almost
know what
finished.
you're talking about.
But it looks like they about to attack me. It looks like they're about to attack me. It looks like these people are about to attack me, and it's just me versus these group of people. And then even though it's a group of people, the the main person is bigger than me. The person that looks like the main person is bigger than me. What do you expect me to think? Do you think that I'm gonna sit there and feel like I'm safe? No. I'm about to figure my way up out of that. And unfortunately, and that's what brought on that's what brought on like touch me and see what happens. Touch me and see what happens. Because touch me and see what happens in black terms means if you don't touch me, you'll be okay. Because that means he was scared. So touch me and see what happens means I'm scared. If you don't touch me, then we cool. But if you touch me, then I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. And so basically, Carmela, after Austin touched him, it was like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm surprised that y'all are acting like if you were in an everyday situation that you're not going to fight back against somebody who seems as a threat. You're not gonna fight back as somebody who like a group of people that's coming up to you. You're gonna do what you gotta do. But y'all are so busy looking at it. Like I said, I didn't initiate this. I didn't initially look at this as a race situation. The perception of the people, because of their personal beliefs and their personal traumas and stuff, looked at it like it was a race situation. I looked at it like two kids, one kid saw some two bigger kids or some bigger kids that looked like they were gonna attack, and he was scared, and he said, I gotta do what I gotta do to get out of my situation.
Let me tell you
That
guys
was
something uncomfortable. Let me
which
tell you guys something
which
uncomfortable. Oh, okay,
was
I'm good. I'm good.
obviously self
Let me
defense.
let me tell you guys some
self-defense.
uncomfortable. You gotta let me talk. Let me tell you guys some uncomfortable truths about this case. You guys aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Please don't make it conspiracies.
I don't do. That shows you don't watch me because I am not a conspiracist. I hate when people come up here and throw
I
conspiracy.
love you. I love you, but I don't like conspiracies.
Are you okay? I, I don't. I told you guys in the beginning that this was racially charged, and people argued with me. This is so racially charged. This has caused people to make commentary against blacks that already didn't like blacks, as saying, "Look, we have to be careful around them," and then and it's just caused more of a racial divide. At first, I thought this was just going to be in Texas, right? The racial tension was going to be heavy in Texas, but now that mainstream media has caught wind of this story, it has just spread like wildfire, and unfortunately you have people feeling rage because they feel, I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but I'm telling you what they said. All right. Listening to certain podcasters, they feel that if the roles were reversed, and I have to tell you guys, I feel this way too. If the roles were reversed, the reactions would be different. You wouldn't have the same people trying to claim that Austin was innocent. You would have people saying that he was guilty and that he deserves to go to prison. So I choose to look at the facts of the case. The facts of the case is that somebody went to a track meet. One person was armed. The other person was not. I sound redundant, but here we go. That's how it is. And words were said. Why would a person have a knife in their backpack? Why would a person say, touch me, almost as if they're daring them to touch him? And then, of course, a teenage boy is going to put hands on him. And apparently, he wasn't the only one that asked him to leave the tent. So when he put the hands on Austin, this is what the testimony was, then Austin falls back, and then they see this gaping hole in his chest. I choose to focus on that because I find it interesting that people tried to paint this picture of Austin on drugs. People tried to paint this picture of him being bullied when there was pictures of them at a party laughing together and different scenarios. So I don't buy the bullying scene either. When was he bullied by Austin? So it's going to be really interesting. Good morning, Doc. It's going to be really interesting. Right, I don't do conspiracies, Stewie, so I don't think she watches me. I can't stand when people come up here and throw a bunch of conspiracies up here. So Doc, I'm waiting on one more strike to come through. We won one. We got one more to go. One more appeal to win. Even though I don't think it's gonna help at this point, you guys. I don't think it's gonna help. My commentary is just hard to push out on YouTube. Let me focus.
No, it's not.
I don't. Shush. I have a problem. Sorry, Kelly. I have a problem with this case. I'm watching the protesters that people are cheering on. Now, the January 6th dude, I told you guys, he's a Republican, but he's weird. He's weird. His comments were so problematic. I don't understand it, and I have to call it out.
Jake Lang. Jake Lang. His name was Jake Lang.
He's a weirdo. He's weird. But there's a lot of anger. But I did see some of the protesters on Karmelo's side antagonizing the Austin protesters. I mean, yeah, the people that was standing up for Austin, they were all in their faces asking them why they were there, and it was just a really nasty scene. It was a really nasty scene, and it's getting nasty because of the protesters.
Well, MU, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Do you feel that, because since lately, some people believe in freedom of speech. So they believe that they have the right to say whatever they want, however disrespectful to the next person, and not expect any consequences. Okay? So let's look at that from the other side. You say whatever you want to me and it's disrespectful, then let's use freedom of speech. I have the right to say whatever I want to you and be disrespectful. However, that is only going to lead to a bad situation. And that's what we're going to get. That's what it is. Freedom of speech ain't free. You
Oh
cannot
God.
disrespect. We cannot be out here disrespecting people and then feel like people are going to accept our disrespect or accept disrespect. That's point blank, period. It's common courtesy. Common courtesy. So basically, this is what we have. We have people who feel like they can say whatever they want to other people and and the other people should just take it.
So you talked about freedom of speech. Did Austin have freedom of speech when he asked them to leave?
Well, first of all,
Sounds to
of
me as
course,
if there's double standards. It sounds to me as if the person is only granted freedom of speech as if it's something that you want to hear. Now, Austin was not the only person to ask Carmelo to leave. Carmelo reached into his bag. Now, when he was talking to the police officer, he's painted a different story than what was painted in the courtroom. That was
did you
a
hear the
different scenario.
testimonies
I heard the testimonies. I've listened to it all day before I came up
and
here.
how
And
there were
you
multiple,
little
how
brown
there
folks
were
on here to give
multiple
commentary. I did
kids?
listen to the testimony. I listened to it more than once, and I listened to the protesters. And I'm just saying that it's just not a good look. It's not a good look, and it's caused a lot of people to look at Black people as if they're justifying criminal behavior. It has.
And we're
I
not.
feel no. Regardless of what you say, actions speak differently.
No, no,
Actions
no,
speak
no.
differently because
Can,
me as a mom, me as a mom, I'm looking at this, you guys, and I'm telling you, I'm having trouble. I want to feel something for Carmelo, and believe it or not, I do feel something for him. I do feel.
I don't
I
understand why
feel.
you don't.
Dude,
I
let
don't
me
understand
speak.
why
No,
you
no, no.
don't.
I you gotta. I don't understand. You gotta control your emotions. You really
No,
do.
no. I think
You have to
you
control
have
your
to control
emotions so
your
I can
emotions.
get my thought out because it just seems to me like you're just like that, and I can't even speak. And I don't even have a bottle of water right
Okay.
now. So I do feel sympathy for Carmelo, and I feel sympathy for the Austin family. I think that we make decisions quickly that could change the course of our life, and no matter the outcome of this trial, this has changed his life. I do know that he's collected. The last I checked, it was close to
I don't care.
700,000.
Why we even
Oh my
focusing on money?
God! Can I
Why
speak?
are we focusing on money?
Let me say what the hell I want to say.
All right, go ahead.
She done lost her mind.
Lord have mercy.
He's collected over $700,000 for this, more than the Metcalf family has collected. And
More
although I do
than
feel
we
sympathy for
comparing.
both families, I still feel justice has to be served because a life was lost, and I'm always going to value life. There was no reason to take his life. Okay, there's no reason. He could have walked away. He could have walked away. Let me give you guys the guidelines for the stand your ground in Texas.
Wait, hold on. Before you give us the guidelines, can I say something? Because you keep going, and then you did interrupt me before I landed my plane.
It took
Here's
me
the
too
whole
long to
thing.
land.
Here's the whole thing. Austin is not an adult. Austin is not the security guard. He was not the coach. He was not the adult in that situation. So you're right. You know, like freedom of speech, Austin said what he said. Carmelo said what he said. So at that point, Austin should have gone and gotten an adult. There is no way that any child should have been placed in that
Should
situation to feel
Carmelo have
like
went and gotten a
no,
dog
no,
too?
no,
Should
no, don't
Carmelo
let
have
me
went and
land
gotten
my
a dog?
plane.
Because
Let me land
If
let me
Austin should
land
have gotten a
let me
dog,
land my
look,
plane though. Let me land. Let me land. It's the coach. If you want to blame anybody, the person who
Tony
should be
Robbins,
charged is not on trial, and that is the coach. because those were two kids who have not faced any type of adult responsibilities, who, y'all are expecting to have adult minds and to make adult decisions. So I do not understand why there is not compassion for both. I have compassion for both.
I just said I do too.
No, you don't, because we don't care about no drugs. That's a rumor. We don't. This case say based on this ain't case, but this case say based on how high they were.
For both. So I don't
But
understand.
this case say based on how high they were. This case is based on that 4-minute incident.
I can't wake up my house. My babies are asleep.
It's only based on that 4-minute incident. So I'm not believing none of them conspiracies, none of the propaganda, because they have been running propaganda, and the mainstream media, especially your Fox News, have been doing the most. And that's why they don't want proper coverage in that trial, because they want to run a certain agenda. When at the end of the day, this case should have never went to trial because it was self-defense.
Now let me explain what I mean when I say I have compassion for both. I told you guys, teenagers don't think with reason a lot of times. If you have teenagers, you know exactly what I mean. They just kind of they do things, dumb things. Their minds aren't fully developed. But you guys, I don't know, you guys. Karmelo is still entitled to a fair trial, but was it premeditated?
Yes.
Hold on. Was it premeditated? Bringing a knife to the track meet. Was it premeditated to go and sit somewhere, knowing that they're probably going to kick you out of their tent?
So we're talking about a weapons charge versus a big M.
You gotta control yourself. You gotta control yourself. Don't come off mute. So, was it premeditated? But no one wants to ask these questions. And I'm listening to these really popular podcasters like Willie D and other people that have like 1 million followers, and then there's little bitty MU. They're making it more about race than they are about this case. They're using language that's about race. Oh, Karmelo. Oh, it's an all-white juror. Well, the town is predominantly white. So where were you going to get this where are you going to pull black jurors from? And the ones that did pull got struck. And honestly, I would have struck them too. Because I wouldn't want educators on if I was a prosecutor, I would have struck them. That's just me, you guys. I don't feel that people are being fair in their commentary. I think that they're looking at it. If you're black, you're on the side of Karmelo, and if you're white, you're on the side of Austin. And I think that's unfair. I think that's unfortunate. But I think that the sad thing is people aren't just going for Austin because he's white if they're white. They're going for Austin because he lost his life at the hands of somebody else. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. I'm not even looking at the chat. Y'all can curse me out. I'm just having trouble with it. If the other person didn't have a weapon, then you shouldn't have put out a weapon. Period.
You can lose your life due to anything. You can lose your life due to a car accident.
That's neither here nor there. What's good, Claude?
You can lose your life on a roller coaster ride, and I'm not diminishing.
Nothing to do with what I said.
No. Just hear me out, though.
No, you're not taking me down some crazy roller coaster that has nothing to do with.
No, I'm not diminishing the fact that.
No, we're not going to do. Yes, you can lose your life doing anything, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what happened at the track meet. Please stay on subject.
I am on subject. I'm just saying.
QI, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to level it out.
See, the one thing I like about my chat is we're free thinkers over here.
I am. That's my chat. Free thinker.
QI, you overtalk everyone. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please forgive me.
I should have wore some eyeliner today to look more awake, but
You look more than. Never mind.
I expect everything that's happening.
QI, you overtalk everyone. You are almost you. I swear, if I were there strangling you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Good morning.
why aren't you on camera anymore?
Because I literally just I tell you what, you already had your you already had this stricken. You do not want me on camera right now. I literally just woke up.
Right.
Mama
Nobody
broke
has-
Mama broken.
Just
I see
relax.
why.
You don't have to come on camera. I was just wondering if you were feeling okay. That's all I was
No.
wondering.
As you can tell, my voice
I'm
is
sorry. I'm trying to be sensitive, Emu. Oh my god. I had
No,
a
it's
crazy-
fine. It's fine. MU, you're fine. Don't worry. QI, I tell you overtalk everyone.
Okay. But I'm
You're
just
a great
saying that.
kid.
Okay. But let me just say this.
Oh
I'm
my
just
You
God.
may
saying.
not listen.
No. Let me just say this right quick. We're looking at what we're looking at here, people, are the big M versus a weapons charge. Those are totally different. And people are shooting for a big M when it's really just at the end of the day, the only thing that brother might have done wrong is a weapons charge. Okay? Weapons charge versus big M.
What are you talking
Charges
about?
are different.
What
We're
is he
talking about
talking about?
why did he have a weapon, right? That's the only thing that people can come up with. Why did he have
No,
a
you're missing the
weapon?
point. You're missing the point. The reason why I'm asking is why did he have a weapon is because you're going to attract me participating in a sport. There's a lot of people that's going to be there. Why do you need a weapon in your bag?
So he should get
In
a weapons charge,
that
but not
neighborhood?
a M charge.
No, I wouldn't even say he should get a weapons charge. Because nobody would have known if that weapon wouldn't have came off the bag. I think that warrants a murder charge. If you use
What?
that weapon to take somebody's life, then no, you
No.
shouldn't
You should get a weapons charge and not
a
a M
weapon.
charge
Because
because it was self-defense.
at the end of the
It
day,
was
somebody is tired of
self-defense.
these ignorant people coming on here giving commentary on it, you guys. Because man, I was in a chat earlier, and this is my homie. I had to be so quiet because this guy makes commentary predominantly for Black people, talk about like their history and all that.
Todd
And
Katz, that's
it's
my
like,
boy.
wait a
That's
minute,
my
don't say any
student.
names, but I'm not trying to mention any names, QI. You're out of line, fool. You're out of line. I want people to know the chat. I just told you I was sneaking into I don't you're so out of line, you know what you're doing. And just remember, if I don't say a name, then you don't get to shout that channel
Okay,
out.
it's my bad.
So I really didn't appreciate that, QI. You really see. Here's the problem. You guys want me to curse you out, so you can go back to your sectors and say, "And you curse me out," and you because I can go from 0 to 10 real quick. Now I didn't say his name for a reason. If you guys want to know another time, yeah, I'll shout his channel out. I love his channel, but I have to blend in because of my views. Okay, because imagine he's talking against Donald Trump and all the things that he talks about, and here I am in the chat. No, when I go to y'all channels, I blend in. I don't go expressing my views. He asked me what I thought about this case, and I was like, because I could do that on my own channel. But I really didn't appreciate QI right now. Claude, you didn't have to come on camera. I was just messing with you. QI knows what she's doing. But if I don't shut the channel out, you guys can jump over me. Like,
I'm always the blame.
I just feel like people want to try me. And QI, you really pushing me tonight on purpose. That's why I don't like when you B-sector fuckers come over here trying to fuck with me.
I'm really not B-sector though.
No, you said you were.
No,
I don't know
like
why
my
channel.
but anyways,
you guys come around me just to try to provoke me and start something. I obviously didn't say anything about that channel. I just told you he's the homie. But I don't need to be arguing with people about my views on Karmelo Anthony.
But let me tell you, let me say something. If anything, I'm his master teacher.
I really have a problem with it. If I wanted to, I could have him come over here, or I can go over there and hit his link and all those kind of things. But no, I try to be respectful. I don't push my views on people. I can come over here and do it. But you only shouted that channel out. If I said, hey, I'm not going to mention a channel right now, and you go and mention the channel, the nerve of you, that was very disrespectful, and I really didn't appreciate
I
it.
apologize. I didn't mean
Your
to.
apology is not accepted because you know what the hell you're doing. Your apology is not
No, I
accepted.
didn't.
A
I
lot of
didn't do it
you cross the
intentionally.
boundaries, and then when I go off on you, you play dumb. I don't need you to play dumb.
Ain't nothing dumb about me.
I just need you to get it together.
I'm well together.
I don't think so. I beg to differ. You know exactly.
But everybody has their opinions.
As a content creator, you know exactly what you were doing. I don't need you guys to know what channels I go to. If you happen to see me there, blend in. Blend in. I go to a lot of channels that you guys don't know about.
Can I say something?
You've been saying something all day.
No, I could drop too because of the same fact that I am not going to be I defended y'all in y'all situation in the B sector.
What does that have to do with anything, QI? My point was
that has to do with a lot. You're not going to disrespect me and act like my opinion don't matter. I said no. And then I don't have to do a live on you because I'm Top Cat's master teacher. I'm his master teacher. I helped create that community. I helped create that community.
Do your big one. Do your life. I don't care.
I'm not trying to do all that, but you're not going to sit here and act like because you have a problem with black people.
I don't have a problem
because you have a problem with black people.
I'm good on you. You're putting words in my mouth and you're trying to start something. And I really don't.
You keep putting words in my mouth.
All I ask you to do is if I say I'm not going to say that person's name, you don't get to go say that person's name. So
and I apologize. I said my bad. I apologize.
So now,
but then you kept going and going and going and going.
What everybody else does when they provoke me to be angry. You see?
I apologize.
I don't mix in with other groups because that's all you want to do. And now I don't like black people. What are you talking about?
No. I'm just saying that I'm better than most of the white people that come on your panel. I'm better than them. And they want to come in and then they want to try to act like they reign supreme. And I'm not going to allow them to do that because I have more merits than them. And just like we all have rights and I'm going to exercise my rights because I'm a human and I was created by God as well.
Okay, but God created white people too.
But God created me too. And God didn't create me to sit underneath and to be a doormat to any other race.
No one wants anybody to be a doormat, though.
Who told you to be a doormat?
This is why.
But if you're sitting here, a lot of the things that you are saying is as though because we have to bow down.
Bow down to who?
I don't even do that when it comes to men versus women. I'm an entirely different person.
You are making this up.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that my viewpoints are as I'm equal to everyone. God created me equal to everyone, and nobody is above or below me.
So for the people that jump on my panel, if I do not mention a content creator and I say I'm not going to, please don't take me.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
But QI, now you're playing this victim card like.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying that I apologize and I'm sorry and it's dead. I'm not going to do it again. Because I know that you don't like it. But we don't have to keep going on and on. You're trying to make it seem like I was intentionally trying to do something to you when I was not.
Well, I felt like you did, QI, but moving on from that.
But I'm telling you, I wasn't. And I even apologize.
Fine. Fair enough. I'll move on from that. But the thing is, why would you say I don't have black people? I don't like black people. Why would you say that?
I really don't believe that you really feel that way.
So why
Cause
would you say
like,
it?
no, but listen, just listen, just listen. Sometimes I feel as though you're like a Wendy Williams or a Tasha K of the political scene, right?
Wendy,
That
wait,
no,
don't you do that.
Claude, please,
I'll let her
Claude.
talk.
Let me. I'm
Let
about to,
You have
Claude.
to
If you
stop it.
gonna do this,
No,
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do this because, oh man, I will light. I will light it up. You
You
gotta let me finish
everybody.
saying what I was saying.
Nerve to tell
How
me
you gonna ask me how I feel and not
it's
let me finish?
I said
How
to
you gonna
finish. I
ask
didn't
me
interrupt
how
you till you were
I?
done.
How
Q,
are
I
you gonna
didn't do
ask
too
me
much.
how
I said
I
finish.
feel? How are you gonna ask me how I feel and don't let
Okay.
me
I
finish?
didn't interrupt you, but you're doing too much. I didn't
No,
interrupt you.
Clyde did.
you
No,
Clyde
I
did
didn't
with
over
all
interrupt
that
one.
that scribble scrabble that's going on down there.
you're over talking everyone.
Go ahead,
She asked
QI.
me a question and gave me the floor, and then you interrupted me. So
Okay,
bow
QI, go ahead.
down,
Go
bow
ahead,
down,
QI.
bow down.
Bow down.
QI,
Off your
please, just make
mind.
your point.
She's off
Ah,
her mind.
ah.
I'm
She's
not
off
used to
her
her
mind.
being this sensitive, you guys. I'm not. I am not used to her being this
And
sensitive.
we gonna be good after. We still gonna be good after the day. But Claude,
QI, wait a minute. But we
you're being
can't leave it like this.
unnecessary. And
QI, you said a couple.
we don't need a
That's
third
the
wheel.
whole thing.
QI, you said a couple things that was concerning. Can we explore
And I
that?
was trying to explain.
Look at QI. We're still gonna break bed at the end of the day, but can I please ask you a couple questions?
I was trying to explain your first question.
Okay, go ahead. Please do.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
can I do it uninterruptedly? Uninterrupted. Because one of the biggest problems I have on your panel is like being interrupted. But here's the thing. I'm just saying, when I look at like Tazariak and Vulture and different people who come up here and blatantly disrespect, blatantly discriminate, blatantly say different things, and then you don't hear when they say those things to us or to me, but then you hear what I say and you blame it on me when it's them, because I'm not a racist. I am not a racist.
Okay, you're
My
gonna have to let me
my
respond. You can't
fifth
go on a big rant. You gotta let me respond to
my
what you're
fifth
saying, though.
great
Why?
granddaddy,
You
my
can't just
fifth
take
great
over. So
granddaddy
you
is a
gotta let me.
Jewish
I.
white person.
You gotta let me
My
respond to you.
fifth okay, but my fifth great grandfather is a Jewish white person. So I'm not racist at all.
How does that have to do
But
with
I
nothing?
am about black progression. I do care about black people, but I care about humanity as well. So
Okay,
when
let me
I
respond.
speak, I'm speaking from my experience, but
No,
I'm
you are.
speaking for the better of all, not
Okay.
just some. And I digress.
Okay, let me respond. The problem is, QI, when I try to stop you, it's because you give me such a long statement that I don't know what to respond to. So you gotta kind of shorten it up a little bit so a person can respond. Listen, I'm for the betterment of all people. I'm not upset at anybody that says they're for the betterment of black people. I'm not. I'm not upset at you. But you can't be upset at somebody else that comes on and say, "Well, I'm looking out for my own race or whatever." That's why I don't like those kind of statements, because you won't like it if a white person comes on and say, "Hey, I'm for the betterment of white people." Y'all gonna call them Klans members and stuff like that. So I try to stay away from stuff like that. I'm not getting into that conversation tonight because then you guys are gonna argue and say white people don't need that stuff because they're already the majority, etc. I know the arguments on both sides. You said that I don't like black people. I'm not sure where that came from, and you said a lot of other things that was problematic, and I really take offense to that because you already know how people speak about me and the things they say about me, and you just kind of open up the door for that kind of commentary. I feel like you're trying to line me up.
No.
That's how I feel. I feel like you're trying to line me up, and I feel as if you are purposely trying to provoke me to get angry at you. And I'm not going to get angry at you, QI.
I'm not gonna get angry at you as well, but what I'm saying is just like with Tazaria. I'm naming names.
What? But they're
Tazaria,
not here. I don't feel that. I don't. Teriyaki is his name. I don't feel.
Teriak and Vulture or Vulture or
Don't
whatever
care.
his name is.
Number
They
one, they're not
were
here.
they were very disrespectful towards me. I took a lot of licks. I took a lot of licks. Now I
What
was
is
taking those
disrespectful
licks
now?
and I was taking those licks and then only to turn around. Even I saw in terms with TC and Tazariak or whatever last night. It was like,
Please don't drag TC into
no,
your.
no, no,
No,
no.
no,
But
no.
I'm
Don't
just
drag TC
saying,
into your. No.
I'm just saying he disrespected her. And then
If
you was
you
like, you
disrespected
turned
her,
around and
you're not even.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying. I agree with what he's saying. Okay, to agree with what he's saying is fine if it
I
deals
understand
with
damage. I'm sorry.
if it deals with politics. But when you're calling somebody stupid, dumb, when you're calling and you don't know them, when you're saying things that are like when you're judging a person based on a person that you don't know, when you're trying to judge people based on their intellectual opinions, then that's not okay. And
All
that's
right,
basically what they do. They
can I say
come up
something?
here, and then he's the main one that talks about ad hominems, but he is the ad hominem king.
Okay, QI, let me say this. Let me say this. The ones that you mentioned, Voltaire and Teriak and all of them, they support me more than anyone in your sector that you spoke about.
And that's fine. That's why I
You
don't
don't.
that's
See,
why
here's the thing. You don't want to be interrupted, but it's okay for you to interrupt everybody.
my bad. But
You
I'm
don't
saying
want to
that's
call.
fine. That's fine. I get it.
So
I'm
the
dropping it.
rules only apply to everybody else except you. Because it seems to me as if everything that you accuse everybody else of doing is what you did. All I wanted to talk about was Karmelo Anthony. And all I said with the Karmelo Anthony case, let me tell you something. If I would say the same thing if it was Austin. I'm the one that's not looking at colors. But I feel that a lot of people have trouble doing that. QI. Now, you made this. I'm gonna go back to this comment about me not liking black people. I found it offensive. I love black people. I love white people. I love people. I don't care what color you are. I'm not better than anybody, and they're damn sure not better than me. And I feel that with you, when you said that you felt like people were putting you down and stuff like that, QI, I feel that sometimes when a person is debating their ideas, sometimes people take it personal, and it's not personal.
Not me. Not me.
I said people.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Karmelo, getting back on track, when it comes to Karmelo Anthony, we're going to have different perspectives depending on, unfortunately, where we are. You know, I feel, now you guys can disagree with me, but I feel that people are finding Karmelo Anthony, assuming that he's innocent because of the color of his skin, not because of not because of the case itself and the evidence. That's how I feel.
Okay, why do you okay? That's where I'm hung up. That's where I'm hung up. When you say because of the color of the skin, because I don't feel that me personally. So I need you to explain. Land it out. I need you to explain why you feel like he's gonna be not innocent, but let's just say he did self-defense at the least. I want to say a weapons charge. We'll throw that weapon. I think we could give him, he's guilty of the weapon, right? But why do you feel that that people are making their decisions just based on the color of his skin, because I'm making my decisions based on the facts that I heard, and
Because of the things I've heard.
that the
Because
facts that the only thing that I heard that he did wrong was the weapon.
the reason I think that is because of the things that I've heard, the comments and the people overlooking the evidence just to say that, you know, it's his turn, it's our turn. I heard another comment, uh, YouTuber say that he had every right to take his life. And then they went on to demonize Austin, but then they just brought up the color of his skin. I have problems with that. I just have problems with it. I just do.
But see, MU, I told you about Jake Lang, and you know about Jake Lang, the J6er, right? But did
Morning,
I
Trish.
judge? But I didn't judge all conservatives
Good morning, Sonia.
based on what Jake Lang said. I based what Jake Lang said on what Jake Lang said. I didn't base it on all conservatives. So I'm not condemning, once again, all conservatives for what Jake Lang said. Because if I did, I wouldn't be on your panel and I wouldn't be If I had any type of problem with you, MU, I would not be here.
I never thought you had problems with me. Where did that come from, QI?
No, it's not. Don't think it came from anywhere. I'm just saying the mere fact of my presence means something. It means that I care, that I feel that you're a good person, that I feel like you're worthy. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying that I don't base what Jake Lang says on all conservatives, although he is a conservative. You see what I'm saying?
I
Let
think that
Rose get there to
he
speak
sounds
up.
more far right to me, which I'm definitely not. Go ahead, Claude.
Oh,
I'm
no,
looking
no.
for
Lady first. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm looking for something right now. Let's see.
QI, I swear. You overtalk everyone and everything. You make it almost impossible to listen to anybody on the platform. I understand you want to make your point. I get it. Everybody wants to make their point. But you do it to the point where no one wants to even listen. And it's absolutely ridiculous. You disrespect the host. The other people, I sort of get it, because I'm going to be honest, there were a couple of points where, and they're not here to defend themselves, but you know what? You have people that show their true colors, and they needed to get checked. But that being said, everybody has a right to their opinions. And it seems like even though we might not always agree with their opinions, but they have the right to say it. But it's not fair. It's ridiculous. And then you want to talk about landing the plane. The plane is a damn jumbo jet. Takes about 30 minutes. It's crazy. You can't dominate this thing.
Thank you, Stuart.
And that's pretty much all I have to say.
The only problem I have with QI right now is saying that she's gonna go live and make commentary about me. I felt a certain kind of way about that.
Did I say that? But I
You did
will,
say that.
but it won't, how I do it, MU. But if I said that it was out of emotions, let's not go there.
Thank you
It's about emotions and promotions. Emotions and promotions. Let's just put it like that. But like, I didn't mean that I'm gonna rip you apart. I would have a I think it'll take a lot more for me to rip you apart. It'll take a lot of more. I don't know how much more it would take, but it'll take a lot. Cause
But I don't
like I
understand why. I
said,
feel that I'm very respectful. I allow everybody to speak. Just because a person sits on the panel does not make it my opinion. I just don't censor people. Nobody likes to feel censored, and I won't censor you over here. I think that when you're covering this case, you have to get out of your emotions and your feelings. If you are, but I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing people with channels just going up there spewing a whole lot of nothing. I feel like they're rage baiting, and they're trying to provoke people, and they just want a coin. I've been following this case since the beginning. I just haven't made commentary on it until now, but I've been following this case, and I told you guys for the first time this. Y'all don't remember? I did a video. Claude, you remember? I did a video on this a long time ago, and I've been talking about Karmelo Anthony, and I said that this was going to be racially divided. What's good, CPN? And there's people that come on the panel like QI, who I'm like, wow, I can't believe they said that. I don't censor you guys. Now, QI, you mentioned people.
Oh, Romeo. I'm sorry. I hadn't seen her in a while.
Do I have people that are conservative or MAGA on the channel? Sure. But my chat is actually mostly Democrat. So you should feel at home. Now, let me say this.
To some degree, and look, let me just say this, MU. Like I said on,
go ahead and be a mod, Stewie girl.
Like I said on D Miss O, like I told D Miss O, like even if this is a all conservative chatting panel, I'm coming because people need to hear both sides. And so I do understand that I am going to get a lot of riffraff, right? And, maybe, at times I may get defensive. And I told you I have ADHD, Claude. That is why I interrupt. And I am trying to work on that. I'm trying to work on holding.
But QI, what's not fair is that you call other people out for interrupting and you do it the same. So that's not.
Yeah,
that's
but
not
I
fair.
do say that though. But I'm working on. Can I just say? Can y'all just let me work on it?
The problem, QI, is that you want to speak the whole show and you don't want anybody else to respond. You want me to give you an
can
hour
I
to
work
speak,
on it?
and you
Can I
think you're gonna
try
get
to
like,
work on it?
That's the problem.
Can y'all allow me to work on that
Can you
without?
work on it faster?
I can, but I don't need to be. I don't like. Please don't like discriminate on me based on my disability.
QI, I'm not discriminating.
I'm just saying, please don't. I'm just going to try to do better.
Listen, QI,
And I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute. Go ahead.
I'm not looking for an echo chamber. I don't mind if you guys disagree with me. I want to hear you guys' point of view. Let me say this to you guys. The prosecution rested after calling 21 witnesses. I'm speaking directly about the trial. I had to look at my notes here. I found that interesting that they did rest. I said this before without calling Hunter or the twin brother. I found that interesting, but I do feel that if they do not like with the defense who's coming out next with their case, I feel like they might save Austin for a rebuttal witness. There was a lot of conflicting statements with the witnesses. If you guys watch, there's conflicting statements. Some people did paint Karmelo as the aggressor. There was a witness that said they were friends with both, and they painted Karmelo as the aggressor. Now you had other people that painted Austin as the aggressor. So I'm not sure what to think, but I can tell you guys my opinion is if somebody tells you to leave and put their hand, and they said it wasn't even like a shove, and you pull out a knife, I have a problem with that. Do I think it should be first degree? Well, that's for the jury to decide. First degree is what's on the table. I do feel they may have problems with a first degree murder charge. It might be like what happened with the Chow case with only first degree murder. Are y'all following me? And it doesn't give the jurors anywhere else to go. It might be hard to convict. Maybe it'll be hard to convict. So it'd be nice if they offered a lesser charge as well. So that's what I'm gonna say about that, you guys. So they were shown the knife during the trial. Some people came up here and said it was a cleat sharpener when I told you guys it was a knife. I told you. And they showed it to them. And then you can see the arrest of Anthony. I don't know why I touched my breast when I did that. Sorry about that. But I was kind of just saying that there was body cam footage. So they showed the body cam footage. And that's where we are so far. My biggest problem, you guys, if you take race out of it, again, would you guys still be saying that the person was innocent? Because I have a feeling that these people that are of color, they'll be mad at me. If Karmelo was the one that lost his life, they would want Austin to go to prison. You guys in the chat disagree with me? That's the problem I'm having. But because Karmelo is black and he took Austin's life, people are screaming racism and saying that they're talking about white supremacy. What the hell does white supremacy have to do with this case? He didn't take his life because Austin was white and he was black. All that stuff came after. Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat. I digress.
But I agree with you, right? But at the same time, if it was the opposite situation, I would still feel the same. I would feel that in the opposite situation, I would feel that Austin would deserve no more than maybe a weapons charge, maybe
But somebody lost their life, though. How can it just
no,
be a
no,
weapons
but
charge
you
if
didn't
somebody lost their
like.
life?
Here we go. I said maybe involuntary manslaughter at the most. So I'm not saying that Carmela is Carmelo is completely innocent and should just walk free. I do think that, and I've said that from day one, that he should face some consequences. However, not the big M.
Hey, good morning, backstage.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Fine, how are you doing?
This
I'm
must
blessed.
be
I'm blessed.
what's
I
his
can't
name?
complain.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
sorry,
and
let me get
yeah,
his
yeah.
voice.
This Illuminegro is going.
Illuminated Negro.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that Austin wasn't supposed to be there?
Okay, let's talk about that. Maybe in the
Yeah,
beginning
because
he wasn't,
like
but the coach
Austin,
asked him.
Austin wasn't supposed to
The
be.
coach asked him to fill in, so obviously he
No,
was.
he didn't
Yeah,
ask him to
the
fill
coach
in. He
asked him to
told
fill
him
in.
to.
He
He
showed
told
text
him to not
messages.
come.
He showed
He had
text
just got
messages.
kicked off of the team the
Showed
week
text
before.
messages. So they asked him to fill in for the meet. So obviously he was supposed to be there.
I mean, that could have been AI. That could have been AI generated.
No, it wasn't. It was brought up in court. It was brought up in court, and the coach testified to it.
Coach lying there.
No, the coaches didn't lie under oath. They asked him to fill in.
It's okay, right? Then did you
That
hear
was
about
brought up
the
in
the
that was
other
brought up
the
in
other
court.
people that was with Austin and his brother? Did you hear about the group of people that they had
Oh, see,
distracting
then
the
I didn't
coach
hear about
while
that.
everything was
Okay.
happening and all that stuff? Yeah, it's a bunch
It
of
was
holes in this
5.
page.
Did
It
what?
was
Yes,
5.
yes. So why the hell they didn't get arrested? Make it
When
make
did?
sense. You feel
Okay,
me?
well,
Come
right
on,
now
bro.
we're
Like,
focusing on the one who took the person's life because he's the one that committed the crime. It's not a crime not to show up to a track meet.
yeah, but it's a crime to be dictating people and telling people where to go. If that was the case, why you ain't get somebody that was over the event
Your
to make
sound
him move?
isn't that great. I'm not trying to. Your sound
Bullying.
isn't that great.
Bullying.
Yeah, bro. It's like what? Like, ain't nobody talking about the bullying aspect. You
But
feel
you're
me?
boarding
Like,
though. You're boarding. Your sound is boarding. I'm sorry. So let me see if they. I don't know if they donated, but I care, so I care if they donated. I was threatened the last time I was in your chat. Let me see if let
And
me
I've
look.
defended you multiple times.
Did Black Lives Matter donate to Carmelo? Did Black Lives Matter donate to Carmelo. A lot of people donated for the defense, but I can't tell people what to do with I can't. Where did you get that source from? There's no public record of Black Lives donating to CPN. Are you sure about that? Who
Yeah.
cares? Black Lives Matter did donate? Okay. I didn't know. Interesting. Would I donate to somebody's criminal defense? Nope. I would not.
It wasn't, but see, you're saying
Good morning, just
it's
good morning, Mr.
it's
Carruthers.
not to his criminal defense, but it's not to like Carmelo Anthony, it's not to his criminal defense. That family they are living in a different location. They had to move because of the threats, right? So that took money. And not only that, they had to hire security. That takes money. And then even after this trial, they're going to have to move. So
If you're trying
that
to make
takes
my
money.
heart bleed,
Now,
it's
whether
I
you
want to use
think, whatever you think about Carmelo Anthony, keep in mind that he does have family, and his family had nothing to do with the incident, but they are
CPN,
affected.
there's no record of Black Lives Matter donating to that.
The family is also affected. The family has had to move. The family's life is in jeopardy. So, it makes sense. And we can't tell people who to donate to, why to donate, because a lot of people understand. You're saying legal
Nobody's
defense.
arguing that. It's fine.
It
Nobody's
wasn't
arguing.
for it wasn't
QI.
necessarily for the legal defense. It was
Nobody's
more or less
arguing.
like the security and for them to move.
I think that number one, nobody's arguing who you guys could. Nobody's arguing that point. Both families, the Austin family is asking for $1 million, and I don't know how much. But they're raising a lot of money for Carmelo. Now, if he is found guilty, his family's gonna need it. They're gonna need it. I do know. At first, I didn't think that the family was really getting death threats, but I'm always gonna fact check the story before I bring it to you guys. They have been threatened. We saw the January 6er person threaten Carmelo if he was found innocent. So I don't agree with the kid. Because at the end of the day, he's still 17 years old. He's 17.
If he's found guilty or innocent, they're gonna need it. Because
He's
if he's
19
found
now, but he ain't
if he's
17
found
no more.
innocent, their family
Is
is
he 19 now?
especially
I
going to
think I
need
did
it
hear that.
because they're going to move clean out. They're going to have to move
But he was
clean away from
18.
Texas because of the clean away from Baton Rouge where they were from, because of the simple fact that this affects his life. Like y'all saying, one person lost their life, but it's actually two. There are no winners in this situation for a simple mistake. And
I'm
instead of
with you,
us
but
looking at
it
it
wasn't a
like
simple mistake. It
two
wasn't a simple
children
mistake,
who
though.
made a mistake
It
that
wasn't a
that
simple
that
mistake.
impacted
And
their lives,
you're
we're
blaming
looking
the
at it
victim.
like it's one
You're doing
side or the other, but there's no
Moral,
winners.
you're doing a
moral of the
lot of victim
story, keep
blaming,
your hands
QI.
to yourself. That's the moral of the story. Keep your hands to
Yeah,
yourself, because ain't no
if he
telling
had
what the
not put
outcome.
his
You
hands
feel
on
me?
No, you're
Period,
doing
him,
a lot of
point
victim.
blank.
You
Keep
guys
your
are doing
hands
a
to
lot of victim
yourself.
blaming.
Everybody don't respond the same way to everything. So you feel me? You can't really be like, oh well, his brain wasn't fully developed. It is that in the third. Everybody respond differently to different stuff. You feel me?
You guys
That's
are doing
what
a
he
lot of
felt like.
victim blaming. At the end of the day, one lost his life and one didn't, and one is on trial as he should be because he took somebody's life.
no
So
wins. One put
I'm
their
gonna.
hands on somebody, the other one retaliated with some deadly force. So at the
And
end
he
of
should
the
have.
day,
And he
both
should
of
have.
them were wrong. Both of them were wrong. There are no right and wrongs in this situation. It was just emotions and response.
Okay, let's stay
So
there for
we
a second. Let's stay
We
there
could
for a second.
disagree more.
So,
What do you mean there
so
was no right and no wrong?
you said that he put his hands on him. I think he's gonna have trouble with that defense because before he put his hands on him, he said, "Touch me and see what happens." So you cannot use stand your ground or self-defense if you provoke the person, and it's going to be up to the jury to decide if that was provoking him. He's going to have trouble with it. You can't
No,
use that
that's
as
not provoking.
you can't.
That's not
But it's not up
provoking
to you.
because you have a
But it's not up
choice.
to
I
you.
mean, you have a right to tell a person
You
if you
have a
touch me, you
choice.
gonna fuck around and find out. The hell, like, come on, bro, that's
You
not
got a
provoking.
choice.
If I say if you do X, Y, and Z to me, and I'm gonna do this, it's on you to touch me. I ain't provoking
Because
you a
I'm gonna tell
goddamn
you
thing. I'm
right
just telling you
now.
what it is.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you
I agree,
make me
Damage.
feel, if you feel like you make me feel like my life is in threat, is in danger, then you gonna get what you gonna get. And I'm not provoking you. I'm just telling you what it is because it's about the art of survival. So he was in survival mode. If you don't touch me, we cool. If you touch me, it's going down.
Is there
Simple as that.
anybody in the chat feel that Carmelo is completely innocent? Is it just QI and Illuminato? I don't know.
I love how y'all messing my name up
Illuminated,
on purpose.
illuminated,
Well,
illuminated.
shit, your name. Well, I mean, it's long. What is your name? Illuminegro. It's Illuminegro, right?
Yeah, that's how you say it, but you said it the wrong way.
I'm so sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to mess up your name. I didn't mean to mess up your name. My bad. You said he's innocent.
I'm not
So
saying
MU,
he's
are you trying to
innocent. I'm
tell me
saying he's guilty for whatever he did. But at the end
the
of the day,
weapon, only the weapon? The
it's
only
Hold on.
other
thing,
You've
guilty
been talking
parties.
to I don't stop.
It's other guilty parties that's not charged. That's what I'm saying. If
right,
y'all gonna charge
right,
him,
fact.
charge everybody that's in the situation. If me and you go somewhere and somebody die, don't I get arrested too?
Like the coach
Come
and
on,
all
bro.
of them
Make
other
it make sense.
people,
Make it make
like
sense,
his
bro.
brother.
It's other co-conspirators that's not on trial. You feel me? And they need to be on trial. That's all I'm saying.
Facts,
If we gonna
facts,
talk about it, let's talk about it.
facts. But
I think that
here's
a
the
lot of
thing,
people
MU,
are
you're
seeing
trying to tell
themselves or
me,
having a really good
MU,
case and having problems with
MU.
it. And I feel that again, I think that I'm the wrong person to cover this case
No,
because
no, no.
people are gonna
MU, so you're trying to tell me
God.
that if somebody comes to you and put their hands on you, like if somebody walks in your face and then walks in your face in like an aggressive, threatening manner, and you feel threatened and you say, look, I don't know what you're here for, but as long as you don't touch me or bother me, we're fine. And then they proceed to put their hands on you, and then you defend yourself by putting your hands on them, or in any fashion, any manner or any fashion that you feel fit. You trying to tell me that ain't right? That's crazy. Because not
I'm
in
not
the
gonna take
real
somebody's
world,
life
in the
over
real
yours.
world, in the real world, in the real world, it's like, if somebody comes up to rob me, if a group of people, come up to rob me, they in all black and they like, give me your money. And then I just sit there and I say, I don't have any money, and make me give you my money. And they proceed to do something to me, and then I proceed to defend myself the best way I feel fit. That's wrong. That's crazy. That don't make no sense. That's why black people ain't seeing that. That's why, and black people are white people. Nobody should see that. Because if somebody comes up to you in an aggressive manner, and you're gonna fight for your life. You should fight for your life. So I can't understand why they think that this brother, Carmelo Anthony, because he is black, versus those them big 250-pound, 6'1" white boys should not have fought for his life.
Good morning, Kimberly. I'm not saying he shouldn't have fought for his life. In high school, people fight, but what they don't do is pull out knives, and that's the problem I'm having. Probably all of us
Shit,
got
me,
into a
but they
fight.
do. They definitely do.
Probably
Shit,
a
me.
lot of us got into fights
2026,
in high school.
2026, they pulling knives out, guns, all that, but
Okay, well then
everything.
somebody has to be made an example of, because that shouldn't happen. If you take somebody's life,
Ain't
then you're
nobody
gonna
fist
end up
fight no more.
Yeah, ain't nobody
okay,
fist fighting.
when
Talking
you
about
well,
what you
I'm
talking
sorry, I
about?
don't know what school y'all go to,
How
but
many school shootings you done
I
seen this
what
year?
okay, and those people
Why
Off of
that
y'all
off
talking
of
do
about
off of
weapons?
off
people
off
that do
off
threats.
of off
Hang
of
on,
a
you
fist
guys.
fight.
I
Come
wouldn't
on,
be
bro.
able to
Like what you
respond
talking
to it.
about?
I
Why
can't
they
We
respond
talking
need
to
about
more.
it.
We
why
need
he had
more.
a
Okay,
weapon in school?
We need
you
more. We
guys
Why they
need
start
more
talking
saying
about
weapon
why he
control.
had a
If that's
weapon
the
in
case,
school?
if that's
I
the case,
can't
we need more weapon
respond.
control. And if that's the case, I'm just
You
saying,
guys gotta let me respond.
ain't no
So,
response that's gonna be good enough. I'm
okay,
sorry.
but you guys
Why
gotta let
they
me
talking
respond
about
though.
why he had a weapon in school when they got metal detectors at school? Why we didn't
Okay,
had
but you
so many
gotta let me
school
respond, you
shooters,
guys.
but
I
why did he
literally
have a
have
weapon
20
in
minutes.
school?
18. I have 18 minutes with you guys. I want to respond, but let me bring up this. Did y'all hear the time? I got 18 minutes with you. Well, actually, like a half an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. Good morning, MU. I want to hear your response. Really, I do. Really. Golly. Now, TY, I've been listening to you and I've been listening to that young man down there. Please let the host respond.
Thank you, Mr. Crothers. I appreciate that. I'm not done with this case, you guys. I'm watching the case. I want to see what the defense has to say. I heard the prosecutors, well, the reporters speak about what the prosecutors are saying, and all I'm speaking on is what was presented so far. There is another side. The defense is going to present their evidence, but as of right now, and all I'm saying is, I said he's entitled to a fair trial. There should be a trial because somebody lost their life. You guys can disagree all you want, but that's how it works. If you want to say stand your ground, everybody that has used stand your ground or self-defense, there was still a trial. He still had to have the jury is going to decide at the end of the day. I want to see that happen. So all I'm saying is, regardless of white or black, whatever, one person lost their life, and now here's the trial. And I'm going to watch it until the end. What do you mean, the missile? This happens the other way when her friends are on the panel. What are you talking about, the missile?
Well, never mind. MU, you know what it means. They talking about the Trump situation with all them other different people. Right now tonight, we're
How you
talking
gonna
about
tell me
two
what I know
young.
what it
Wait a
means?
minute.
You can't. If I'm asking her a question, you can't say I know what it means. I don't know what she meant by the statement, so I asked.
Well, I
If I
definitely
didn't
know.
know what it meant, I would have said I don't know it. I would have said that. But if I knew what it meant, I wouldn't have asked. What do you mean by that? I don't think I was
Type
disrespectful
it
to
in the
anybody
chat,
in my
Demon.
panel.
So if you
Anybody in
don't
my
come up, type
panel.
it in the chat if you don't come up. But what I'm saying
What?
is, this is a trial. This is a trial about two young men, one black, one white, one deceased, one's on trial for this. Now, everybody wants to make this an issue of color. It's not. It's two children. It's two teenagers.
I agree.
Okay? Get that first. Get that
I
first and
agree.
utmost.
I
Now,
agree as well.
now look at the real situation. There were things that were brought up long before the trial about what happened, how it happened. There is a thing of
Hold on,
self.
Mr. Brothers.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. If you guys are getting enraged by my chat, you don't have to listen, because I feel like some of you are just listening to fight with me or argue with me.
MU, this is
And
content.
do I
This is the
stop?
nature of
Don't
content
interrupt
creating.
me. I don't need you to speak when I'm speaking. The fuck? If you guys, it is a controversial case, and that's why I was treading lightly with even covering it. But again, if you guys are enraged just by watching me, then why are you watching me? Go. It's. I'm just talking about what happened during the trial. And no, I'm not going to make a decision until the verdict. I'm going to listen to the prosecutors. I listened to the prosecutor's side. Now I want to hear the defense. And I'm not going to make a decision until the end. Go ahead, Mr. Crothers.
Well, all I'm saying is,
so don't disrespect me.
This is content. At the end of the day,
Okay,
you're never.
Wait a minute, QI.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good Lord.
Don't yell. Don't yell at me. Don't get it. Don't get it. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute. Keep it cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all chat and disrespect.
Keep it cool, niggas.
Oh, there you. Hey, drop her in mute. I'm
gone.
Using that word.
I'm gonna put everybody on mute so Mr. Crothers can speak. Go ahead, Mr. Crothers.
First of all, QI, you didn't have to use that word. You see what I'm saying? That's what.
Go ahead and make your point. Don't address me. Make your point.
You can't make a point yelling. You cannot make a point yelling, QI.
Don't talk about me. Say what you were gonna say.
You guys are cutting up. Let him speak. Good morning, Ms. Rowe.
First of all, until really before the decision is even made, we should just sit back and wait. But no, we can't do that. We got to be judgmental all at once. We all know part of the facts. We don't know all the facts except what the newspapers and the people report to us. You listen to the trial. You listen to the people in the jury. You read their transcripts. The transcripts will be out there. Then you decide. Then you come up and make commentary on it. But far as I'm concerned, the boy was innocent by self-defense. He was a scared young man in a tent with a whole bunch of other people of not his race. Let's face it. Okay? Now, you can justify that maybe he shouldn't have had a knife and all that bull crap. But like I said, kids today do things. If parents even will watch their children and teach their children how to respect one another, maybe wouldn't be here right now today talking about this bull crap. It's unfortunate and very, very disturbing. But until the verdict is in, show out after the verdict if you agree with it or disagree with it.
I agree with what you just said.
All right, you guys. You guys want to address mods? Just mod the chat, and you guys can time anyone out that's addressing me. I'm trying to get through my commentary without pissing you guys off. But at the end of the day, I gotta be able to get my commentary. Okay, I don't come to y'all chat telling you guys what to talk about and censoring you guys. Y'all not gonna do it here. I'm gonna say this because I feel like I have to be overly sensitive. I don't get that kind of respect in y'all chats. So stop. I agree with Mr. Crothers. I'm watching this. I told you guys it's going to be a trial. And at the end of it, then I'm going to give different commentary because we'll be talking about the verdict. But, I didn't make this. This is a racially charged case. And it's not because I want it to be that way. But I would be lying to you if I said that it wasn't. It is. And you can see that it is. All right. It shouldn't be, though. It should just be the facts of the case. But it's not. People are comparing it to Trayvon Martin. They're comparing it to Kyle. I can't think of his last name right now. They're comparing it to a lot
Kyle
of
Rittenhouse.
That's it. Thank you. They're comparing it to a lot of things where really it should be. We're still talking about, at the time, it was two 17-year-old kids. There's two 17-year-olds. Now, of course, they're older. I don't think there were any perfect parties. But one lost his life. And we're just going to see how, if the jury thinks it's self-defense, that's going to be the bottom line. It's going to be the bottom line. Stewie girl said she was
I think
mad.
what he did was premeditated, but I don't think whether it was premeditated murder or premeditated. Hold on. Let me land. Was premeditated or was premeditated that he was going to be in a defense situation is different.
What do you mean?
Like if he knew that he was going to be in he knew that he was going to be in a situation.
How in the world did that boy
So
know
you're
he was
saying
going to
that
be in
you
that
think it could be
situation?
premeditated because he
He wouldn't have
brought the
brought a
weapon?
knife otherwise.
Man, kids carry knives every day. Grown folks carry knives every day, but they don't mean to use them. They have them on them.
Not
Wait a minute.
without being in fear of something.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in carry, being armed and carry? Do you believe that?
That's usually when you know that you can be in fear of something though.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of up to me to decide
Yeah.
if she can do
Yeah.
something.
Like I believe in carrying, but it's just like you usually in fear of something. You usually are preparing yourself for the worst.
Oh, so every time you go out, you're preparing to be jumped or you're preparing to be robbed.
Yeah, that's usually why. Is that not the reason why you carry?
I don't
So
think
why
you
are
should bring
y'all
a knife
mad
to
at
Well, isn't that
Karmelo?
premeditation? Is that
Nobody's
premeditation?
mad. I'm not mad at the situation. It's just dumb high school bullshit.
I don't think you should bring a knife to school. I think that's why some schools have metal detectors. You're not supposed to bring these
Yeah, you
weapons to
shouldn't
school.
bring that to school. That's for damn
But
sure.
I'm in the South. I'm in the South. I'm a cowboy, a cowgirl. And guess what? All my life, people have been bringing knives to school. It's never been a problem
I had to take one away
until,
from
But
my daughter
until,
from
why?
doing that.
yeah,
Do you
because
know?
you can use, knives are used for different purposes. So it's not a matter of why you had a knife. It was just the matter that, a matter of why he had to use the knife, because plenty of people, like most of the people who were testifying, I guarantee Austin and Hunter had a knife.
Not
They
in
They
that
had a
didn't have a
knife.
courthouse,
knife
they
here.
didn't. Not
Okay,
in the
QI, you're
courtroom,
making
they
that up.
didn't.
You are making
No,
that up because
QI.
that would have been brought
No,
out during the
QI.
trial. He didn't have a knife. So now you just
That's
now you
speculative.
No, what I'm saying is, let's be realistic. Hunter and
Well,
Austin,
what fishermen you know that don't have a knife? Because they was kicked off of the track team for fishing. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
you
Smart,
gotta have
yeah.
a knife for fishing. Knives have multiple purposes. So I'm just saying that y'all are looking at a knife as a weapon. In the
Ain't no
country,
speculation on that.
we look at a knife as utility. So, like, the majority of people carry a knife and we don't consider it a weapon. We consider it as something that might help us cut this,
So
do that, in a need of necessity.
so in
And
the time
even
of self
children.
defense, was he using that knife as a utility or was he using it as a weapon?
At the time of
okay.
At that time,
self-defense,
it was
he
self
was
Okay,
defense.
let
using
me
it
read.
for
Okay, so let me
Yeah,
self-defense.
read
That
some
was a
law. Okay,
weapon though,
so
right?
Texas,
So
For
it's not a utility.
self-defense. For
in
self-defense.
Texas, the
For
school policy
self-defense.
in Texas,
Over a push.
oh my god, in Texas, the school policy
You
is
push me,
no.
you better hope you
Hold
and pray
on.
you don't get
In
that
Texas, the
medal.
school. Oh my
QI,
god,
QI.
in
Mm.
Texas,
Your
can I
mic is
fucking
loud, dear.
speak?
That's what it is.
Damn. In Texas, the law is no weapons on school grounds. They have a zero tolerance policy.
the track meet
So,
wasn't on the school grounds. It was a public track meet.
but it still was a school event, and they have a zero. They have
Okay, it
a
was a
zero
school event
But
tolerance.
it
and
was a
school grounds is
public
two.
Wait. You guys,
property.
School
let me
event and school
finish.
grounds is two different things.
He didn't
But
go home to
guys,
get the knife. He took that
but
knife. Obviously,
why
He
still
would
took
had
that
it.
you
He
knife to
had
guys
it
like
school.
on. He had it
It's
listen?
on
him.
a
So
public
it's on a
property.
public. It's on public property.
But he still ended up taking the knife to school. Like he
Hold
didn't
On
on,
a
go.
public property.
hold on. Don't unmute yourselves because I'm tired of talking over you guys. So I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong. I'm just telling you guys what the policy is, just so you guys can know they do have a zero tolerance for that stuff. But again, some of the lines that was told before the case, I told you, it was a. Some people saying it was a cleat sharpener. Some people are saying other things, but it was a knife. He pulled out the knife. For some reason, he chose to have this knife in his bag as he sat in this other person's under the tent. I'm not telling you I agree or disagree, but when the words were exchanged, then he reaches in a backpack and just stabs him like that. So when he's saying I dare you, or don't put hands on me, he's already known he's going to reach in his bag for this knife. And that's where some of the problems are going to lie. And the defense is going to have to really, really prove that he was in fear for his life. So that's what we're going to watch
So
next.
Austin,
Okay. Wait a
Austin
minute,
had a choice.
QI, don't do that. You've been interrupting me all night, and then you go play victim.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead and land your plane.
I'm not understanding that because I don't come on y'all platforms and do that. But when you come over here, it's like you guys want to do anything, and then when I curse you out, you go playing victim, and you want to go lick your wound somewhere else. Go ahead, you guys.
I never have done that.
You have. You have.
No, I haven't.
Well, y'all arguing over silly stuff, but right now, let her finish. Let her finish.
I just don't understand how you guys are all in your feelings. All I stated was what was happening with the case. I didn't even say my opinion on it. I just said that he's going to have an uphill battle proving. It would be interesting to see if he takes a stand. I kind of feel like he has to take the stand. The defense is really going to try their best to humanize him. They already cut off his dreadlocks and stuff. He has a low buzz fade.
He decided.
I think that was a good choice. Honestly, that was a good choice because it made him look a lot younger. And you know how people, how society is. Just to be fair, it was a good choice. I would have told him to cut his locks if I was the lawyer. But I do feel that Austin, the prosecutor put on a strong case as well.
You know what? We love locks. We love the extensions to our hair because it produces energy. It's an energy conductor. So, okay, maybe white society or mainstream media don't like our energy conductors, but spiritually and according to our ancestors, we may love that. And we have that right because we have a right to our beliefs.
But
can I answer QI?
I must have no energy whatsoever. I ain't got no locks, no hair, nothing. I got no energy.
Well, look, brother, look, mister. We're not, it doesn't mean QI. I want to talk to QI. QI, when you go to court, even as a black man, I've been in court. I've seen people with their hair cut and they had locks before. That is something that's always been forced upon people, not only just black people, white people too. Hey, cut your hair. You look much better.
Trim up. I get it. I'm not disputing it. I'm not even disputing the fact that I think it was a good decision. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying
where's the energy stuff coming from, honey? I'm just asking you. All that's unnecessary.
What I'm saying is, it's like, okay, so people are saying that if I decide to not cut my locks due to my culture, I'm wrong, or I should be looked at or deemed in a certain fashion when I shouldn't, because you're discriminating.
But that's society, on me. QI. That is society. Okay,
I get it. I get that. I was just making the point that if he had not,
you're always making the point that you're trying to make now, that because he cut his hair, he's losing energy. No. That ain't got nothing to do with the case.
I didn't say that.
That ain't got nothing to do with the trial.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, people try to make it seem like hair is bad. I just did a plug to say that, the way he wore his hair before don't necessarily mean it's bad. Because one of the things, Mr. William, that we have to realize in this case that I've seen is that they're trying to paint Black people and Black culture as violent, as bad, as a lot of things. One of the things that I have seen. Wait. But one of the things I've seen.
Trial yet? Did they bring up anything about his hair in the trial?
No.
Okay, Okay, leave it alone.
But I was just saying. But when you made it a bigger issue, I was just saying that, there, the way his hair was before, there was nothing wrong. I get why he cut it. I understand it made him look young, like he was, and I get it. But I'm just saying, if he didn't cut his hair, no one should have discriminated on him based on the fact that he didn't cut his hair. We can't keep adapting. We can't keep trying to adapt to everybody else's culture and not exercise our
It's
own.
not everybody else's culture. That's part of just being decent. That's part of just being, hey, I want to show
Decent according
everybody.
to who?
Listen,
It
if
is
I'm
our
going
culture
to
to
a
wear
child,
locks.
no,
It's our
I'm
No,
culture to
saying
wear locks.
I'm not
even
going to
though
argue with you, QI, because like I said,
It is
you
our
got
culture to wear
you got a
locks.
loud mic, then you want to try to voice your opinion.
It ain't about the
Go
mic.
ahead,
It's
Jill. Go
about
ahead.
the fact that culturally, it is our culture to wear locks. So what you're trying to say is because black people have the culture of wearing locks is somehow wrong when we should be allowed to express our culture as well without being discriminated and harassed.
QI, I don't know what you done had tonight or why you feeling this
No.
way.
I made a good point.
Hair
And
does
I'm
not make a human
surprised you
being.
are not with
Hair does
me.
not make a human being, okay? Hell,
I
Michael
never
Jordan
said that.
was bald headed and everybody worship him.
I
So
never
don't come with
said
that
hair
hair
made
stuff.
a human being. But I'm just saying that if it is in my religious beliefs, it is in my
Well, that's your
spiritual
religion
beliefs,
then.
it
Don't
is
cut your
in my
hair. Don't cut your
ancestral
hair.
beliefs.
But you can't
I should
expect
not be
everybody.
judged. I should not be judged or discriminated on based on the fact that I'm exercising my own ancestral bloodline culture.
Until you realize that the world is different. Everybody doesn't think, everybody doesn't want, everybody
That's
doesn't
because of
need.
submission. We're talking about submission now.
Well, you're not, I'm not telling you to submit to anything. I'm just telling you to stick to the facts, look at the real case. Don't worry about the boy's hair being cut or none of that. That's all, period.
just to get an idea of where you guys are now, you guys can say it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with the white or black thing. I know people want to bring up culture. When you go to court, you want to present yourself as innocent, as not, you're going to change the way that you look. Okay, you just are. I've seen whites die. Look at Jody Eric. How you say her name? Jody Arias. I know, talk about
Yeah,
that.
that's
Jody Arias. Jody Arias.
From being this Maxi lady, okay, to a librarian when she went to court, okay, she went from blonde to a brunette. It's common. It has nothing to do with our spiritual being. No, that's just common. That's not even anything to debate. Mr. Carruthers is right on that.
Oh, he was crazy.
I do want to get an idea on where you guys are with the self-defense, if you think it was self-defense or not, without going into a long soliloquy. Do you guys feel that it was enough to prove self-defense? I'm going to tell you guys, I'll start. I'm waiting to the end of the trial. I am. I want to hear what the defense has to say and if Karmelo takes the stand.
Go one by one and call names.
We're not going to just go off of the prosecution. The prosecution laid they laid it out there. I still feel that Austin's going to be called as a rebuttal witness. I don't know, because that was pretty powerful of him hugging his twin as he was taking his last breath. But where are you guys on the self-defense?
Look,
call names and go one by one according to the panel MU. Then we can keep it in line.
I'll start with you and then just go around.
I definitely think that this case should have never made trial. I think it was absolutely self-defense from the beginning. I can't understand how it made trial. And then within the first day of witness and testimony, then it already stated that it was self-defense. And I digress.
Okay.
Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, Doc, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't care to even answer about that.
I feel like he was put in a self-defense situation, but just because of self-defense doesn't mean somebody had to die because of a push.
People have died less than that, Doc. Trust me. You know it too.
Still doesn't mean that should have happened.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but it did. So we gotta get by that. And let's face it, it's all about black and white. Let's get past that. One person is on trial for taking another person's life. Now it's up to us to decide by listening, and we haven't listened to all the testimony yet. The prosecution has been up there first. Okay, wait on the defense. Wait till whoever gets called on a rebuttal. then decide. That's why it's a jury. We're being juries out here, and we haven't even heard the whole case yet. That's my point.
My question is,
Yeah, I agree.
are we even talking about this if it isn't a black versus white thing nationally? Like,
we can't help
if
but
it's race, if it's race on race, are we talking about this?
All
the same race?
all things being talked about like that. Crimes talk. Remember that young man that was running down the street and got gunned down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only time when this is talked about, though. That's the thing.
No, it's not only one time. This is fresh. That is old. I get what you're trying to say, but this is fresh. Okay. A lot of people forgot about that too. This is fresh.
It's the only time when it's really the only time when it's brought up is when it's race on race. Even if it's like a Mexican versus like a black man, nobody's.
Well, how can it be?
Talking about
why
that.
can't it be a Mexican versus
if it
a
was
white
black on black, nobody would talk about it.
Or a Mexican versus white man, nobody's really talking about that. Like they'll sweep that under the rug.
Right.
But because it's black versus white, that's when it's getting all this extra attention, and that's why I think it's a bit on the bit ridiculous because
that's the way the country is. That's the way it's been. That's the way it was founded.
But it's not okay, though. It's not okay.
Every last one of these murders should be spotlighted.
Right, I agree with that.
There was one that was spotlighted. There was one that was spotlighted. Remember when Lee Harvey Oswald was getting ready to go to court, and John Ruby came out and got him before he got to court?
But that's a cover up.
That's a cover up, right? That's what everybody gonna say is conspiracy. So what's the difference?
But the problem is we don't understand the definition and what falls under self-defense. And according to the definition, this case shouldn't have gone to trial. He never should have been arrested. He never should have been under trial because it was self-defense from the beginning, according to the definition of self-defense.
Okay,
only the juicy stories get the spotlight, and race-driven will always get the spotlight.
Okay, let me
when it's
respond.
black versus white.
Okay, let me respond.
Or white versus black.
So for self-defense, you still see those cases go to trial. You saw Kyle Rittenhouse go to trial. You saw Trayvon Martin. You saw all this. So let me read this. George Zimmerman used a weapon in a fight, and it was considered stand your ground. What's the difference in this case? Texas has stand your ground too. Texas has stand your ground too. I think it's going to be hard. Can you guys show me a case where stand your ground has worked for a black person?
Good luck.
Did you say for a black person? Yeah, you're right. This is why it doesn't work for a black person. But if it was a white person, it would work.
Okay, so let me call a thing a thing. Now, if you guys can prove me differently, show me a case where it did work for a person of color. But okay, Texas is a stand your ground state. I'm not saying, I think that there's a lot of problems with this case. Maybe the jurors would be afraid to find him guilty because they'll be afraid to call the guy race. They'll be afraid of being called racist. There's a lot of things that I just don't know. I don't like conspiracy, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the verdict. But I will say this: even with self-defense in Texas, the law is that you have to use equal force. Now you guys are talking about stand your ground, but he's using the self-defense.
Well, wait a minute, Miss MU. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Why did you ask, is there a stand your ground in Texas? Then now you want to say
there is stand your ground in Texas. There is stand your ground.
Okay. But you didn't know
I
that,
didn't
right?
say, is there a stand your ground in Texas? Did I say that? No.
You,
There's absolutely
you
stand your
asked
ground.
that. You asked it. You asked it, MU.
But I didn't ask it like I didn't know. Yes, there's
He
stand
was
your
being
ground.
sarcastic, Mr. Carruthers. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes,
See, that
we still
sarcasm
have-
is what gets us in trouble a lot of times. If you know something, say it. Don't be sarcastic about it.
I could be
No,
sarcastic about whatever the hell I want to be sarcastic about. No,
oh, see, now you're getting an attitude. See, there you go.
What I said was, has it ever worked for a person of color? I think that it's going to be hard because when it comes to stand your ground, number one, it's a tough defense. It's a tough defense. He's going to have to prove, Mr. Crothers, that he really was in fear of his life. I don't think that part's going to be hard for him to prove. Honestly, I think it's going to be hard to prove. He's going to have a harder time proving that he wasn't the aggressor. Because right now you have witnesses saying that he was the aggressor. And if you're the aggressor, stand your ground doesn't work. And neither does self-defense.
But what's the definition? What's the definition of aggressor?
I'm misusing the word? How am I misusing a word? I'm not misusing a word, you guys.
Okay, so now that we know what stand your ground and self-defense mean, what is the definition of an aggressor according to Texas law or according to law? Because that determines.
I would rather look up, because I have looked up the law for stand your ground in Texas, and their grounds for stand your ground, and then the criteria for stand your ground, and I've also looked up the criteria for self-defense, and both was this: equal force. That was for self-defense. And for stand your ground, it doesn't have to be equal force. You are allowed to take lethal force with stand your ground. But he's not using a stand your ground defense. So why are we arguing that? He's using a self-defense.
No, he's using self-defense.
So why are we talking about stand your ground? He's not using that.
But let's say for self-defense, equal force, right? Does equal force mean one versus many? Like, okay, so one versus many. If I'm one person
that's not what
and
it
there's
means, don't make stuff up. That's not what it means.
I'm not saying that's what it means. I'm saying I'm saying that if you are one versus many.
Stop it. Equal force simply means stop it. It doesn't mean that. We all know what equal force means. If I use my hands, you use your hands. If I pull out a weapon, you pull out a weapon. I'm actually surprised.
So you're trying to say that people don't get jumped?
Don't talk over me. I'm surprised he didn't use stand your ground. I feel that would have been a little easier, but I haven't seen a black person successfully use stand your ground. Now,
so you're saying that. Let me know when it's okay for me to speak, because I do have questions. No, Mr. William, I'm
you're interrupting
low.
her. Please have some decorum.
I just said let me know. I just told her to let me know when she digresses.
I put myself on the big screen. When I put myself on the big screen, you guys know what that means. I don't want you to guys mad about me talking about race and stand your ground. I have seen black people try to use stand your ground. It hasn't worked. If I am wrong, tell me a case where it's worked for us, okay? So maybe that's why he didn't use stand your ground instead of self-defense. Self-defense, in my opinion, is harder because with self-defense in Texas, it has to be equal force, which means you can't use a weapon if the other person doesn't have a weapon. So now he's really going to have to prove that he was afraid, and he's going to have to prove that he wasn't the aggressor, and he's going to have to make a jury believe this. That's going to be his uphill battle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So so my question is, okay, so we're talking about he didn't do stand your ground. He did self-defense. So in the self-defense case, it has to be equal forces. So if we're saying, equal force. So if we're saying that, you have multiple people standing like being aggressors, because according to the testimony today, that a lot of people were uttering words out of their mouth other than Austin Metcalf. It was other children saying different things as well. So it wasn't just him standing there versus himself. It was him standing there versus a whole group of people uttering words out of their mouth because he was the only one that was from his school and the other people were all friends and family from their school. So if you got a group of people, is that equal force? So should I sit there and get beat up or jumped by multiple people? Beat up or jumped by multiple people. Should I take a chance on getting beat up or jumped by multiple people or do what I gotta do to get out of there? And that's my question.
Q, I get your question, but you know what? When you repeat it like that, it makes it look silly. Naturally, one person being accosted by a group of people, they're going to try to do their best to get really should have got out of there. Really, that's my whole opinion. But when the boy put his hands on him, it turned into a whole different case scenario. Now, was he fearful for his life after that? We don't know until we hear it. Like I said, after the trial, after we hear all the testimony, we're trying to put the cart before the horse, and it doesn't work that way.
But Mr. William, we did hear today in the testimony that even after the poke, they followed him. They followed him. The children, those teenagers followed him. Followed him, and he ran to the nearest adult to safety. And he stayed there. He remained there, which debunks the fact that, they were trying to say that he fled from the scene or he fled, he ran away.
QI, that's your assessment right now. Let the jury decide that part.
I'm just saying, according to, I'm going based on evidence, right?
Yeah, we hear.
We do have the jury. We have the jury, but we do have a right to our opinion as well. And then, in any case, this could be an appeal process or it could be a hung jury as well. And public opinion does matter because that's basically what the media, mainstream media, has been using from day one is public opinion, because what they're trying to do is convince us that it's okay.
The mainstream media has always tried to persuade people,
right?
No matter what.
But should we fall for it?
It could be a simple car theft case. It doesn't matter when you QI.
But should we fall for it? Should we fall for it?
Or you don't know what you should file for yet. The trial ain't over.
No. I'm just saying that, what I'm saying, Mr. William, is that based on the facts, we know that he didn't flee from the scene, and we know that it was not equal force. We know that they're trying to make him seem like he provoked. When if you put your hands, like we can sit there and yell at each other. We do that all day, every day on YouTube. I can do that all day, every day in your face.
Yeah, but you're not in a tent. You're not in a tent with a bunch of. You're not in a tent.
They were doing that all day outside the court. Outside the court, they were saying the most disrespectful things, but nobody was arrested.
People have public opinion.
No one was arrested.
I get your opinion, but you cannot, and I will not judge this trial until I get all the facts of the case.
I'm not judging it. I have not said anything about a guilty or this. Basically, what I am saying is I'm pointing out the fact that it was not based on what has been presented. It was not equal force. Based on what has been presented, he did not flee the scene. Based on what was presented, it was self-defense. Because, until you put your hands on me, you're not a threat. We can talk all day long, but once you put your hands on me, it's a threat. I can say,
And I
put
still
your hand.
say
I can say whatever I want to. I can
it's
say,
up to a
put
court to
your hands
decide.
on me and see what
It's up to a
happens.
court to decide,
But if you
QI.
don't, long as you don't put your hands on me, you have not created an
It's
offense.
up to
Once
the
you
court
put your
to
hands on
decide,
me,
QI.
you have, once you have put your hands on me, you have created an offense. And I digress. My bottom line.
I'm not gonna jump to judgment. I'm gonna wait and see what else comes out.
That's all I
It's
was
it's
saying.
a, it's it's a lot more that's to this that meets the surface.
Yeah,
So I
it's a
want
lot more
I
that's got
want
to.
I want
They haven't even scratched the surface yet because the defense hasn't even came up and made it state its case. We're all going on what the defense said, what somebody else cross-examined on the defense said. Now,
No, we're going by what the
You
prosecutor
guys, I
said. The
really want to
defense is.
play a video that Jay Dunn sent me. I'm good. I was listening to a video on Stand Your Ground. I was trying to look to see, I was trying to run it to see if it would get a copyright strike on it or not. Because this lawyer breaks down the Stand Your Ground law in Texas. So that's what I was listening, right? I was doing right now. What's good, Doc? That's why I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you guys. I was listening to this law. Give me a second.
Yeah, but the defense ain't coming up until like the next, it was the prosecutors always go first. And then now we gotta hear defense. In which I am going to assume they're gonna do amazing.
I'm gonna wait and
You're
see.
probably right.
I don't know, you guys. I don't think I'm gonna get a strike by playing this one. Oh shit! I just lost it. Okay, let's listen to this. I hope I don't. I hope I don't, because we know I can't afford another strike.
Your strikes are bullshit, but that's.
yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Okay,
I
let's
agree
listen
with you.
to this. Let's listen to this. Thank you, J-Dub, for this video. I'm going to share this for educational purposes. Let's listen to it.
Stand your ground in Texas actually means. Many people think it's a free pass to use force, but there are important details to understand. In Texas, you're not required to retreat if you're in a place where you have a legal right to be and you're facing an imminent threat of harm. But it is not a blanket defense. You can only use the force that's necessary to protect yourself, third parties, or property in certain situations. And lethal force is only justified in situations preventing serious bodily injury, certain violent crimes like robbery, protecting property. And it has to be reasonable. If you get charged, they're going to look at it from your standpoint, but they're going to say, is it reasonable? Anything that you say, they will try to use against you. And they can even lie to you. They can tell you it's going to be okay. They can tell you we're not here to charge you. They're just trying to get information. They can say whatever basically they want to say. Understand, when you talk to the police, keep it short, keep it simple. Don't get into
So what do you guys think about that? With the this guy, Texas Criminal Defense Group, you guys, he has a lot of videos like that. And
Yeah, that's because of something else. But what it is, MU, that's a lawyer telling people.
Well, I wanted
stand
you
your
guys
ground is not working every case. It doesn't. The stand your ground. That's why his attorneys know this. That's why they had him plead innocent, not guilty. You know, he didn't say stand. Those lawyers knew how to go and proceed in this trial. Okay, everybody's looking at the stand your ground bull crap. Lawyers discuss things with their clients before they go to trial. Now let's get that straight.
And it's really a self-defense and a not just a stand your ground trial. Because I said at the least he would get is maybe involuntary manslaughter or a weapons charge. Now, since everybody want to say
no, he'll
they
get
didn't
both.
charge him with that QI. They didn't charge him with that. Okay.
They didn't charge him, but charges can be reduced because right now he's facing the big M. I don't think that it's not a big M. It's not a big M, and it's not a voluntary manslaughter. At the
Charges
most,
can be reduced. It can also be introduced too. Right.
Right.
Later
So
state.
at the most, to me, I see involuntary manslaughter and the weapon and the weapons charge. That's all. And then I don't think that most people would be up in arms about that. I wouldn't be really up in arms about that. I wouldn't be up in arms about
Uh,
that.
mm,
I
I think there
think
will be a lot of people
Well,
up in
some of
arms
these
about it.
comments
No
coming up
matter
here is
if
crazy.
it's anything less than murder, there's going to be people in arms about
But it's
that
not
on
a
both
M
sides.
though. It's not because M is intentional. You know what I'm saying? When you look up, it's not M. It's not M, especially when him pleading self-defense. It is not an M. I think it is definitely self-defense, but I'm just saying that if he's gonna get charged, if he's gonna get charged, I can't see them charging him for more than involuntary, which means
You
that
can't
I
you
didn't.
can't see
I
you can't see
wait.
them.
Well,
What do they have him
involuntary.
charged with, QI? What do they have him charged with?
They have him charged with first degree M,
Okay, then. All right. All right. You said that. Now, you know
and
what they
I
got him
said
charged
that
with.
charge, and we all
It's
know the
still be,
charges
you,
are. Did we not see Diddy's charges get
uh,
reduced?
what makes you think they won't reduce his later on? The trial isn't done yet,
That's what
woman.
I said. That's what I said. That's what I just said.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
I
You
said,
said
I
what they should
said,
have
I
done
said,
from the
I
beginning.
said, I said, I cannot see it being anything. If he gets charged, it's not a big
He's already
M.
charged, dear. He's not, it's not if he's charged. Get that,
I'm saying,
get that.
okay, well, if he gets convicted, I can't see him being convicted for anything other than involuntary manslaughter or and or meaning
And or
right. The weapons
Oh,
the
hey, Doc,
weapons
I want you
charge.
to know
The weapons charge because people can't get around why he brought a weapon. It's hard to prove that the only thing that I find hard to get around is the weapons charge. But like I said, I just say involuntary manslaughter or the weapons charge, but not the big M. That's just what I see.
and
Okay,
you're
so
not the prosecution.
Damage
Go
said
ahead,
that there
MU.
have been black defendants that got away with stand your ground or self-defense. Okay, Damage, thank you. Because the cases I seen, it didn't work. Even when it was obvious self-defense. Like there was this black lady who husband was trying to come in the house and he was threatening her life. I think he even had a weapon, but she shot in the air instead of at him, and she got found guilty. I don't remember that case. It was crazy. Nevertheless, times have changed, so that's a good thing if they've been able to use it. My only point was I still think it's going to be hard, you guys. I think it's hard when you have one person that lost his life and you're having the other person saying it was self-defense and there's a lot of witnesses. We still have a lot of witnesses to go, and there's still probably going to be more surveillance, you guys. It's too early to tell. Maybe some of the charge would be reduced, as Mr. Carruthers was saying, you guys. It's too early to tell. What I was really interested in was the protesters and the things that they were saying outside the courtroom.
Well, we're
Karmelo has
always going to have protests no matter what, MU. There's going to be protests. And let's face it, when it's black on white or white on black, or however you want to put it, there's always going to be some kind of protest. And the reason of it is black people feel that they have not been justified by the jury system, by the court systems for over 100 years. And that is the
But
truth.
do we
That's the
help?
only reason they'll get out there and protest anyway.
That case was in Florida, J. Dunn. It was a crazy case.
Protesting a lot of times does not help QI.
No, I'm not talking about the protesting, even what we're saying here today. Because I'm trying to help by saying that, brother, it like the charges is not big M and involuntary manslaughter. And we're talking about what they've typically done or how they look at things. but they are not, like the reason that laws are created, the reason that legislation is created is for our own protection and our rights. And if we don't exercise our rights, we're not going to get them. And if we keep looking at it like, well, that's just what they're going to do, that's just how they are, then that's just how it's going to be. But I'm not going to look at it like that's just what they do, that's just how they are. I'm going to look at it like I'm going to exercise my rights to the full capacity. If I don't get the
Thank you for the
benefit
super
of it,
chat. Thank you
maybe
so
the
much.
next
Bye.
generation will. And that's how we got to start doing. We got to start standing for our rights and not sitting down
And
being
QI,
doormats.
QI. Let me put this in a gentle way to you as I can. 1964, I was out there marching, doing everything to get rights. I was spat on. I was even arrested with my parents. Okay. It helped. It helped because the laws have changed. They haven't changed the way we want them to, but it's better now. It's better. At least you can stand out and talk. Back then, you couldn't stand out and talk about shit. Okay? So let's not say that we got a long way to go. Yeah, we do have a long way to go. But until we realize that change for the better instead of the worse, it's not gonna make any sense for us to argue amongst ourselves over something that isn't even completed yet. You see what I'm saying? Women march for their rights to vote. They got it.
And then in 1964, we got you helped bring about the 1964 Civil Rights Act. So
No, it
you
wasn't
made
me. It
progress.
wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was a whole lot of people.
I
It
know,
wasn't
but I'm
just
just
me. And
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to take that to an account. I take into account what I was able to do, what I was willing to do as a human being. Not sit up and argue with folks about it. Get out and do something.
We're not arguing, we debating because public
Well, you
opinion
call
does
it the
matter.
debate. You call it a debate, but yet we be up here yelling. We interrupt people. We try to get our point across instead of just listening.
Because both sides does matter. And then at the end of the day, we all have to go to that voting booth and we have to vote. And then at the end of the day, this is a democracy. It's for the people, by the people. And we need to never forget that this is a country that is democratic, that is for the people, by the people. So what we think does matter. And that's why they are the media. That's why, wait.
I'm gonna
I'm
stop you on
gonna
that
this is my
Constitution.
last sentence.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
why the
Why?
media,
Sis.
no, my last sentence, gosh, that's why the media is in place to sway our decisions. And that's what has happened to us. Our perception of things have changed because,
Love you, Sonia.
like some people have taken on defeat and some people keep fighting, but we
Okay,
need to be like our ancestors and keep fighting.
Yeah.
And I digress.
okay, let me, even though I don't like to play videos over here with you guys, I'd rather have a conversation, but let me play, I need a break, you guys. Y'all mind if I play a short video? You know I'm gonna do it anyway. Everything I share is for educational for use purposes. Listen to this for a second.
If you're gonna do it anyway, why'd you ask?
Yeah.
Because there's a chance I would, because it's just, I won't play it all if you guys don't want to hear it. I'll just play a part of it.
That's fine. You're good. You're good.
Up the state's case during testimony in the Karmelo Anthony murder trial today. Those students describe a tense scene inside the tent at a track meet, and they claim that Anthony's actions were not in self-defense. Our JD Miles joins us live now from the Collin County Courthouse with the very latest on day 2 of testimony. JD.
I won't play it all, you guys.
Ken, this was the most painful day of the trial by far for the family of Austin Metcalf. That's what his father, Jeff Metcalf, told me. The parents watched police body cam videos that captured the lifeless body of their son receiving CPR, while in the background you could hear the haunting wails of his twin brother, Hunter, who was also at the scene. Now, prosecutors also presented for the first time, we got to see the 5-inch folding knife that they submitted as the murder weapon. And we've heard from current and former Memorial High School students who are presenting their accounts of what happened. The first of what's expected to be several track and field teammates of Austin Metcalf testified as witnesses during the Karmelo Anthony murder trial. Those who were under the tent at Kirkendall Stadium on April 2nd, 2025, described the scene before, during, and after the fatal stabbing. A 17-year-old testified, "I remember people confronting Karmelo and saying, 'You shouldn't be here. You probably should leave our tent.' I also said you should leave." Prosecutor, "Was it aggressive?" "I don't think so. I remember it getting more aggressive. I remember Karmelo refusing to leave and Austin saying, 'You need to leave,' and Karmelo saying, 'Touch me and find out.'" That student and others say the defendant was asked to leave as many as 15 times. Prosecutors asked him, "Did anyone try to gang up on him?" His answer, "No, sir." "How long did this go on?" "Roughly 2 minutes." "Was Karmelo angry?" "Yes, sir." "Was Austin angry?" "Yes, sir." Karmelo started refusing to leave. Prosecutors, "Who was provoking?" "Karmelo." Austin leans in to push him and Karmelo stabs him. Karmelo had his hands inside a backpack and we thought it was a bluff. He says he and others didn't believe Karmelo would do anything because they live in a, quote, safe community. Austin fell down the bleachers onto his back and he got up. He lifted up his shirt where his chest was all bloody and he said, "I think I got stabbed." Prosecutor, "Did he say anything?" "I think he said, 'Oh my God.'" Another student, Jalen Matthews, backed up the state's case when prosecutors asked him, "Did it look like Austin was trying to pick a fight?" His answer, "No, sir." "Did it look like Karmelo Anthony was trying to pick a fight?" "Yes, sir." "Did this look like self-defense to you?" "No, sir." "Was Karmelo Anthony the aggressor?" Witness, "Yes, sir." Now, there's been a lot of speculation for more than a year about what kind of role, if any, Austin's twin brother Hunter might have played in this confrontation. Both of those witnesses and others say Hunter was actually on the other side of the tent scrolling on his phone and did not become involved until after Austin was stabbed. Now, there are more students taking the stand right now in the courthouse behind me. We'll bring you their testimony later today. Live in McKinney,
So I was listening. Was that helpful, you guys, a little? So I was listening to witness testimonies and people's account of it. That's pretty much what we were hearing all day. Something that did get cleared up because some people were painting the picture of Hunter or the twin brother at the scene right there watching it, but that's not what happened. He wasn't there, but he did hear the commotion and came running over to hold his brother as he was losing his life. So again, even with that, I'm holding my opinion to see what the defense is going to share, because they have different witnesses and different surveillance that they're going to share to paint Karmelo in a different light. But I hope that was helpful. Go ahead, you guys.
Well, like I said, right now they're showing the prosecutors all bullshit. That's what they're showing. They're showing that a prosecution can get up here and persuade people to listen the first time. When you listen to something the first time, you don't forget it. Not like that. Now, with the defense coming up next, I'm going to be interested in what kids are going to be called in the defense, number one. Number two, is the young man going to take the stand himself? And number three, how is the jury going to look at it? Not looking at it right now because it's all one-sided. The prosecution is up there. And if you notice in that newscast, they still didn't finish. They didn't finish the whole damn day. They just went by part of what's going on. The court was still going on.
I found a short video just for you guys, but there's a lot like that. Law and Crime did a really good take on it, and so did Crime Network. Did I say Law and Crime? It's called Law and Crime, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. My brain is tired. But Mr. President, you're gonna see. So some witnesses, I showed you guys that, which I'm surprised because that was seeing CBS. I'm pretty surprised at their take on it, but I'm pretty sure that Karmelo has people that's going to say that Austin was the aggressor. To Kimberly's question in the chat, why was he pushed? Why did he push Carmelo.
Yeah, why did the young man push the boy in the first place? That's the big
So what
question.
they're saying is he goes. They're saying that he was trying to move him. Some people are saying that he was trying to move him. Some people are saying that Carmelo dared him when he said, "Move me or touch me and find out," and then he pushed him. So those are the statements
Well,
that's
he
being
had
said.
to say something to that boy in order for him to say, "Touch me and find
Okay,
out."
so
Now
let me go back further.
you're just
He
not
asked
going
him
to
to
tell.
move. He asked him to move because he was under the tent, sitting down. It was raining, and he wanted cover. That's what they said. And so he was under the tent, and it was not his tent. So he said he can't be there, and they asked him to move, to leave. Now, to be fair, from when I was listening to you guys, it's not uncommon for people to sit in the opposing team's tent or the other person's tent. It's not. That was the
It's
only
not.
tent.
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon.
I'm being fair. That was something that came up in question, but it's also not uncommon to get into an altercation over it. There has been fights over people sitting into other people's tent. So Carmelo, knowing that there would be a chance of having, an altercation.
No. You can't say what that boy knew or thought. See, that's the way the court will tell you.
No, I can't. But I'm just saying.
It's
Okay,
raining.
let me take that back.
Number
Okay,
one,
you're
and
right.
it was raining.
Right. Okay,
It was
you're right.
raining.
You're right.
If it's raining and you're at a high school
I
track
just
meet,
give it to you. I said you're right. I just give it to you. There's nothing to argue about. I said you're right. So he could have known. He may not have known. We won't know, you guys. He sat under the tent. What's more important, whether he knew or not, is that he was asked to leave. And then Carmelo says, "Don't put your hands on me. Find out what's going to happen." Something along those lines. Austin pushed him, allegedly, according to the witnesses. Pushed him. They said it wasn't hard, but who am I to say if it was hard or not? I don't know. Austin's a big guy. How do I know? But was that enough to use deadly force? So that's what happened, you guys. That's what happened. I don't like what happened, but that's what happened. I don't like it at all.
there's a lot of interesting things that I know that's going to come out in that trial. And number one, what you mentioned was the size of the individual confronting another student. The size. It's just like, come on now, me standing against Refrigerator Perry. Okay, they're going to be looking at all of that. Now, did that cause him to fear for his life because the man was bigger, the young man was bigger, way bigger than him? It could have. We don't know that. You see what I'm saying?
And in Texas, it just has to be a reasonable fear. The only thing he's going to have trouble with is he's going to have to prove that he wasn't the aggressor. Do I think he was the aggressor by saying, "Touch me or else," and see what happens? It's not for me to decide. I'm not on the jury. It's going to be if the jury decides.
Well, you can't. Well, you can't talk about. Well, we can't talk about it then if nobody wants to really kind of state the little facts that might be brought out in the case or whatever. Because I know for a fact, you being a small woman, you're not going to let a bigger woman push you. Period. If you're in fear for yourself, you're going to do something to protect yourself. So it doesn't matter.
If I'm pushed, I'm not going to stab.
MU, that's the point. You don't know. You don't know what you might do. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're saying you would do. Everybody else on this panel cannot say what they would do. They would do the same thing as you because everybody does things differently. And you have to look at it that way too.
I will. I think my problem is that kids aren't adults, which is why they shouldn't have weapons in the school or at school events, because they don't think like adults. And that's why there's a reason why they don't have them. And that's why they have a zero.
And please don't excuse me, MU. Please don't that zero lightness. Please don't call her dumb.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you calling me dumb. If you know I know what she said. They're typing error. They're typing. He got. Well, he go dumb. There. Well, you see what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff in the chat that makes people look at it and say, Yeah, just don't type nothing at all. Shoot. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
understand
like,
what you're saying. I don't I don't censor the panel or the chat, but Mr. Crothers, I do agree with you. And sometimes y'all don't think I don't want to censor you guys, but I don't censor the chat. They tear me up sometimes. But I do feel that when you're listening to a lot of these larger content creators, they're really playing this race card hard, and it's just messing up the commentary.
No, MU. This country has always played the race card hard, no matter what. Okay, and let's not.
No,
yeah. See, hi, Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn, you were wrong for that. MU put that up there too. That could cause controversy. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Jay Dunn cracks me up. Jay Dunn is my guilty pleasure. I hate to say it, but when I take my ass over to y'all sector, I do listen to Jay Dunn. I do.
Well, I listen to it too. But here's the point: we're at your sector now. We're at your sector now. So, let's get back to the matter at hand.
The Muga sector, MUGA.
The what?
The Muga sector, MUGA.
I don't know. Yeah, they start new sectors here on YouTube anyway. We might as well have a new one. Anyway, the trial isn't over, as I said. No one's heard the defense witnesses or anything else. Let's not fool ourselves. It could go either way. If he's found guilty, there will be a problem. If he's found innocent, there's going to be a problem.
That's true.
And until people can really respect justice, and when I say respect justice, justice for all, not just for the rich, not just for the wealthy, not just for those that can buy their way out of a situation. Until then, it's always going to be one side versus the other side. And trust me, that there are now. Wait a minute. If you look at the crowd too, there are some white people in that crowd that are protesting that. Okay, that's what I was trying to tell QI. Even when we marched, we had white people with us. So, do I equate all white people as bad? No. You have to look at the whole picture. Justice is justice, no matter black or white.
I'm just gonna show you guys this. But it's a short, so I can't share it because it won't configure it. But
as a teen's murder trial
begins
in North Texas, the racially charged trial drawing crowds outside. 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony pleading not guilty to murder after fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the chest at a high school track meet last year. Prosecutors calling Anthony's actions unjustified murder, alleging he goaded Metcalf into pushing him, then killed him. The defense argues Anthony acted in self-defense when Metcalf made physical contact first.
That's his lawyer? Dang.
In the courtroom today, jurors shown surveillance video of the stabbing. Metcalf's mother.
I was trying to look at the protest.
Prosecution says the case has nothing to do.
Look at this.
But the trial now sparking backlash. The pool of 12 jurors and 6 alternates is made up of 5 women of color and 13.
That's just one little segment of a protest. I wish you would show a whole protest out there. Yeah, people are talking. They're going to talk. Black people are going to talk. When they think there's injustice, black people are going to talk.
So
that's what I'm saying.
I was trying to say, guys, is how tense it is out there.
Yeah, it's tense. It's always, hey, King's Day is tense, and you know that.
I'll be out there protesting June 26th.
For what?
Huh?
She's protesting against Donald Trump. She's turning on all of us by going to the No Kings protest. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. She's going to the No Kings protest like she did before.
Yeah, she's going to see our friends.
In other words, you're going to the No Kings protest to interview, right?
Yes, I go every time. I go. Mm-hmm.
I think the elderly lady will be there.
Yeah. You know,
in wrestling, that would be called a heel turn.
you know you're going into unwanted territory, right?
I'm wanted. Everybody's welcome.
For who?
Amy's got the golden ticket everywhere, man. She's good.
She's a conservative.
Okay, yeah, like that little old lady. What that little old lady gave you the finger?
Dragon Code was right. Say her name enough, and she'll pop right back up.
I bet you. I want to see you. I want to see you at that protest holding a Trump sign up.
I have my outfit already. I have my little blue shirt and my little flag I'm gonna wear.
They already expect that. That's what happens. I've watched all of the No King
flag don't mean
protests.
nothing. Wear the name Trump across your chest.
They show up all the time, though. For the No Kings protests, Trump protesters show up as well.
I can't because of my number one. When I go places to interview, that shows how unprofessional y'all are. Because
no, they not. No, don't say y'all are.
Nah,
Now.
Candyman ain't more palatable. Candyman is evil, man. At least Beetlejuice is cool.
You have to blend in and make people feel comfortable. So I usually wear blue when I go to the protest, and I wear tennis shoes so I can run. And I'll have my little mace on me. You know, I'm good to go. I'm ready.
You better be glad I don't know you going, and I don't see you there, and I don't know anybody there. Because I'd be like, she's an infiltrator. Get her.
Number one, QI. A lot of them ask me for my channel. So I told them after I interview, I'll tell them about my channel. So I usually do the interview, then I'll tell my channel. I interviewed statues and I interviewed Teletubbies and all kinds of interesting characters at this.
Because if you weren't faking the funk, wearing blue, if you weren't out there posing as a Democrat, then I might let you slide. But the fact that you're going out there posing as a Democrat, that's my problem.
I wear blue every week, QI. I wear blue.
Posing.
Am I posing as a Democrat when I wear blue sitting in my house?
No.
Uh-huh.
Blue is a nice looking color on you, by the way.
I believe the way that you love the way that you love the conservatives.
Blue looks great on you. Blue is my favorite color.
I believe you do.
I will be there, you guys. Pray for me. I will be there at the protest. I will be boots on the ground, seeing why people are so upset about Donald Trump in California.
Yeah.
He might be at the garden on Monday, so be careful.
No.
And where's Spencer Pratt shirt?
If something happens to me out there, don't act like y'all gonna be sad. You guys are gonna make commentary about it. So
now I would be sad. I'd be like, poor little soul, but I told her. I told her. I knew. I told her though. But I knew. Oh my God.
No, I go. I was gonna take my kids with me during one, but then I said, wait a minute, no, because my kids are and I don't want. No, there was a lot of kids there. There was a lot of kids.
Well, it's good to get kids involved in things and show them things in life.
But at home, though.
QI.
Some of these schools be teaching these kids to protest.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And having kids out there protesting. Some of these schools
but at home, though.
Yeah, but there's schools that are actually getting kids to leave class and protest.
Doesn't the school teach them that they have a constitutional right to protest?
There's that. But they're actually having these kids go out there and protest. That's different.
They have to go out there. Maybe the kids want to be out there. You know, you just can't sit a kid in a corner.
No, there was one case where they were sending like whole classrooms and stuff out there where the kids wanted to go out.
But the climate today is different. The climate today, when it comes down to any opposing views in this country, is different. And because, like, when you say protest,
but why does it lean so much more to one side rather than the other?
What you mean when you say that?
Because all these classrooms that I've seen that are sending their kids out to protest, none of them were conservative.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know it.
not.
I don't.
They're Democrat. They're not
Yeah,
conservatives that do
for
that.
real.
I
So
don't know
Yeah,
anything about that. But then the
yeah.
one thing I can
I'm not going to
say
say
is,
what a kid is because at that age, he's not old enough to make up his mind. They're just doing something to get. Number one, a lot of kids are doing that crap to get out of classrooms. Number two, the teachers are too damn lazy to keep them in the classroom.
but
Number
then that's why
three,
I say, go ahead.
you cannot have kids not be involved in government any kind of way. They do it in the classroom, so why not get out there and see how your government works? Take them to a trip to the state house. You see what I'm saying? Let them see how laws are made. Let them decide what they want
Legislation.
to be.
Yeah, because in my
It's different
family,
though
it
when
started.
it's
My
different though when it's
family,
gender
I'm a
driven.
diehard Democrat because my family is diehard Democrat because we have these discussions all the time. We have these discussions over a beer, over dinner, over anything. We have these type of discussions because these are real life discussions that do impact our everyday life.
Yeah,
So
but
from a
QI,
from a child,
My
I
family's
want to say to
diehard
you though,
Democrat too, and I
I
just
want
broke
to
away.
say, QI, when you like family, you said your whole family is Democrat. I got Republicans in my side of the family, and we have dinner discussions, and they don't turn into arguments, but we show the facts. The facts of it
right?
is prices are higher than they were even 5 years ago. Things are getting worse than it was 5 years ago. There are new things out there that are popping up. We have diseases that are coming along. People aren't even
Artificial
discussing because
intelligence.
yeah, well, AI is nothing
That was
but
gonna happen
something
anyway.
man-made. It was man-made. Artificial intelligence didn't make itself. Man did that. Okay,
you guys,
he's gonna
before
have
we
to
get
suffer.
too far off subject, because you guys are off subject, I want to bring something up to you guys because I want to. Before I leave, I want to cover this real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, Mr. Crothers, but we are way off subject. That could be my fault. But did you guys know, according to some polls, and you guys in the chat can disagree with me or agree with me, they are saying that the people supporting Carmelo Anthony are racist towards white people. And let me get it out. I want to get to this before I go. So, and a lot of the podcasters are using, and I was trying to find the clip for you guys, but I played it for you earlier. No, I didn't play it for you, but I can. They're calling white people saltines. They're called not saltines, but y'all know the word. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get struck for hate speech. But they're
they call us.
Let me finish. They're calling them saltines. They're calling them different things. So they're trying to say that this shows the racism that blacks hold. And some people are going on to say, and I'll have to finish this conversation another day. Some people are going on to say that blacks are the most racist group in America. And the people that already thought stuff like that are using the Karmelo Anthony case to do so.
No,
I agree. I agree with the fact that the Carmelo Anthony case is used for divide and conquer of the elites, because it's dividing and conquering the rich versus the poor. Because at the end of the day, when you look at what just happened to us, when it comes down to what was stripped, the prices going up, none of that was based on racism. It was based on, the people who were affected were multiple races, and it depended on your economics. Now, and instead of us, I think that they use the Carmelo Anthony versus the Austin Metcalf situation to further push a divide, because, like we said, this really shouldn't be a race case, but it has turned into that. It has turned in it to push a divide, and they really want a race war. They're pushing for a race war situation to create further chaos because we are coming up on election.
Okay,
And
so you
if
gotta let
we
somebody
wait,
answer.
I'm a last point, last point. But if
That's being
last
happening.
point, no, last point, it's important. But it's important. But if we pay attention,
you gotta go on and
okay,
on about
God, dog, I always get
I
interrupted.
simply asked you. Now I forgot my damn question, QI. Thank you.
I was just gonna land my plane by saying that if we pay attention to what benefits everybody in the country, instead of racism, we will find that racism does not serve us, any of us.
It doesn't serve many of us, QI, but it's there. Okay, now go ahead, MU.
What do you guys think about? No,
QI.
What do you guys
I'm
think
not.
about?
I stopped myself.
So now I didn't say these were my thoughts. I'm telling you the arguments.
Right.
What do you guys feel about people saying this case proves? Hold on, I just forgot my damn question. Let me go back to it. This case proves the people supporting Karmelo Anthony, blacks are racist towards white people. In this case, they're using to prove that point. What do you guys think about that?
Absolutely not.
Listen,
go ahead, Uncle Claude.
No, go ahead.
No, I haven't heard from you all night. You've been mostly quiet here.
Well, listen, what I'm going to say, I know a lot of people are not going to want to hear it, but it's a fact. This country, let's face it, has been wired on racism from the very beginning. And unfortunately, it has permeated this country yet again in dealing with this case. No matter what case you want to bring up, race will always be a factor, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And it's partly because instead of confronting the race problem, we continue to try and sweep it under the rug. That never works. It hasn't worked, and it will continue not to work. Now, the Karmelo Anthony case, instead of it being about whether the murder was premeditated or not, whether it was stand your ground or not, it has become a racial issue. Now, if these roles were reversed, it would be interesting to see how other people would think about it.
No.
But unfortunately, Karmelo Anthony is here, and listen, both families are going to suffer for the rest of their lives.
True, Claude.
That's the sad part, and that's the thing that's being lost. But this country is so stuck on black versus white, where it's no one seems to want to even think straight anymore. It's I'm right and you're wrong, and we're better than you. This, that, and the third. This is why the country is so divided.
That's why I said. Okay, I'll let you finish.
I believe this is why I said I won't be able to finish that part of the conversation. I will revisit it. I'm gonna put my clips together so you guys
agree with that, Kimberly.
About. She said blacks cannot be racist. It has a system of advantage based on race, and people of color don't.
That's systemic racism, though. There's.
I did a poll
on
it.
Systematic, which is more important than just like people, being.
There's racial discrimination for sure.
Wait. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let Claude finish. I want to stick to the
systemic racism is different, though.
Go ahead, Claude. Then I'll go to Mr. Crothers. Did that.
I'm pretty much finished.
Okay, Mr. Crothers, you want to answer the question or no?
Well, first of all, whoever put that out there, I want to know if they were a black person asking that question or a white person asking that question.
Let's face
it. Wait a minute. Let's face it. Polls are put out by whom? We don't know. It could be
Polls
anybody.
are put out by MU. She put it out.
Leave him alone.
That's all I'm just saying. I'm just saying she put that out there to ask her the other day.
It is on my community wall. You guys feel free. Kimberly, it's on my community wall. I made a poll. What was my poll? What?
You made a poll about whether you asked
whether white people
could be racist against white people.
Look at
against black people. Are black people racist towards white people?
I don't think that was my poll. I think my poll was the whites experience racism.
Can whites experience racism? Yeah.
Yeah.
So are black people racist?
Yes, they can. Yes.
I didn't make it. I didn't say black people. Why?
No, but that's just it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Everybody can
experience racism. I think I got you confused.
Everybody can experience racism. Period.
No, I'm saying it's okay to say it. It's okay to say if you think that I think that black people are I think that a lot of black people are racist. I do. I think that a lot of black people are racist. So it's okay to say, and we got to stop feeling like it's not okay to say it. I do think that a lot of black people are racist. But the effect, but let me just land my plane right here though. Like okay, I digress.
Racial prejudice is racist though. That's the thing. That's where
prejudice is really prejudice. Do you prejudge another person based on race, their skin tone?
Yeah, I'll still label that as racist, but there's a difference between that and systemic.
We all have a
systemic affects you in terms of jobs, in terms of opportunities. Now we can have whatever opinion.
And that happens from a leadership standpoint.
I'm going to visit that part later because I'm gonna spend some time on it. But you guys, and if you guys want the name of some of these podcasters, you can have them. I'm not making this up. I listen to a lot of them, and they have huge channels. I'm like, dang. So they have a lot of influence. So when I'm telling you, and they're talking about blacks being racist and all those things, that's not going to be a comfortable live stream. So that will probably be a stream. I will not look at my chat until the end because y'all going to be cursing me out.
Is one of them valuetainment?
I actually plan on doing a live stream.
I'm not gonna I won't put the podcasters out there until I'm ready with the links, but because it was a lot.
Okay.
You probably see something that I didn't see, but when I tell you they had,
I guess hit me up with them later.
Most of them had 1 million followers that I was listening to. So if the person didn't have 1 million followers, probably not.
Valuetainment, so 1 million.
Right. It doesn't mean he didn't talk about it, but the ones I was watching had 1 million followers, white podcasters and black podcasters. But what struck me is that they're saying that the whole thing. Oh, if you support Karmelo, you hate whites. I disagree with that, you guys. I think that's too absolute.
No, I don't hate whites.
That's too absolute, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole tonight. I'm going to.
Like I said, divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. That's all.
Divide and conquer.
Sometimes people with these larger channels know how to stir up emotion, and their commentary is more to get a reaction out of you.
Shock jocks, because it brings views, and that's what we have to realize. And even the mainstream
podcaster too, the black guy that was saying that it's white
to bring views,
racist, and all that. 1 million followers,
and that's what people have to realize that
it's problematic on both. So I choose to listen to people that's more like in the middle. Really, some people, maybe they got 100,000 followers, 200, 300,000. I want to hear something fair. I don't think you're racist because you support one side or the other. I don't. I think that depending on your experiences in life, you do see a lot of blacks supporting Karmelo, but you see whites supporting Karmelo as well.
But we have to have the conversation, and we have to listen to both sides. We have to have the
land
conversation.
your plane more often, QI.
Yeah, your flights are a little too long, bro.
but I have
We're
to
not
make
even
my
getting snacks. We're not even getting snacks or nothing.
I
We're
can't
just
help that
experiencing
y'all have.
turbulence.
I cannot help that y'all have short attention spans.
Oh,
but
see, there you go. Now
I
you
have
trying
to
to
make a
people?
complete
No.
point.
Hey,
Because
sometimes
if
we
I
just want.
don't
Hey,
make
look,
a
listen.
complete
Sometimes we just
point,
want to fly within the
if
state.
I
We don't want to
don't
fly out of
make a
state.
complete point, y'all are going to say either I said something that I didn't say, or I didn't say
Man,
something
she trying to
that
take
I
us around the
did
world in
say.
80 days, man. Like,
Come
Nah,
on,
you
QI.
have to make a
It don't
complete
take all
point.
that. It don't take
Have you
all
guys
that.
noticed? Have you guys noticed? I haven't spoken about Donald Trump in like 3 days now.
Thank you.
That's
what's wrong?
Because you know why too?
Emil, are you okay?
I know why. Because they're taking all his names off the buildings.
Are you guys feeling withdrawal? Are you guys
Thank
feeling
me.
like?
Thank
Wait,
me.
no, apparently
Because
you
I've
are.
been.
You brought it up.
Thank me,
Yeah.
MU.
Yeah.
Thank
See,
me, MU,
we
because I've
brought it
been
up.
getting on your nerves. I've been getting on your
She's
nerves.
like, I think I got an itch. What the hell's that itch coming from?
Thank me, MU,
come.
because I've been getting on your nerves.
He's supposed to come to New York tomorrow, by the way.
This has been Claude's happiest period. We haven't talked about Trump in days. So he's
That's
like,
why they're
yeah.
beating up on me. Instead of them beating up on MU, they're beating up on me tonight.
Yeah. Now, I was hoping that Donald Trump made a statement so I could tie it into my commentary.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I have
Yeah,
nothing
me too.
I have nothing to tie in as of yet. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure maybe
You
later
know
I
what?
can make a video of Donald Trump talking about Carmelo.
There.
You guys see anything on it?
Take him down, Doc. Jeez.
No,
Please share
absolutely
it.
not. Our poor MU is suffering withdrawal right now. She needs a little Trump.
I'm helping her with her Trump. With her
No,
Trump
you are not. You are not. You're
withdrawals.
cursing her with it.
Suffer, baby.
Now I'm helping her with her Trump withdrawals.
No, you're not. Nope.
No, Donald Trump
She has
didn't
a bug.
talk about Carmelo, so I have nothing to update you guys with that. Now I'm gonna say this. I feel so weird talking about other stuff.
We can't, Emil. We can't allow these people. We can't allow these people to have a victory lap on us, Emil.
We're gonna have to get rid of Doc.
They're taking a little
We're
victory
gonna have
lap.
to get rid of Doc because it's
I'm
always
taking-
2
Good
against
luck.
1.
Good
His
luck.
own court.
I'm a plague in here. So you're not going to get rid of me easily.
It's always 2 against 1.
No, the whole court is making that victory lap. Take your names off them buildings.
Mr. Crothers, you should go live right now. I'll come over. But I'm gonna say this to you.
Oh, I'm doing church, baby. No, you won't come over to church.
No, I'm going
He was a Christian. She just got baptized.
That's not fair.
No, I'm just joking with her. I'm joking with her. Claude, don't you look, you get your hat off your head. Get that hat off your
Yeah,
head.
get that Cardinals crap off your head, man.
Yeah,
damn those Cardinals, man.
A Cardinals hat. You got a Cardinals hat on. No, you supposed to be betting it now. I mean,
This should be 49. He's got the wrong red on.
But I'm about to go and leave you good people. But
I'm about to go to
I'm
QI. I'm sleepy, but I do appreciate QI for coming up, and Doc and Mr. Crothers and Claude. Now, even though it gets a little heated sometimes, and QI did try my nerves tonight, but I do appreciate you guys for coming up. Even I do. QI is
That's true. That's QI's job.
QI is QI, and QI is going to be QI. But I do appreciate you guys for coming up, and QI for having a conversation. QI, we got to cover the racist part of it, so I do hope you come back so I can play.
Yeah, just let me know like the specifics.
Put up Dragon Flag.
You don't respond.
Put up Dragon Flag.
No, I respond under comments, but like I said, you need to drop that Discord though. You need to drop that Discord.
Do you guys want to chat with me on Discord? I'll come up with the Discord so we can talk. There's so many things that I want to say, but I'm censored here, and there's some things that you guys don't want to hear me say because I'm conservative. Thank you guys that love me despite that.
The way she said that, she's like, I'm
Regardless. I
conservative.
love you regardless.
I don't say because I know I get a strike on my channel, so I keep it to myself. But we can't.
She said that extra pizzazz.
I
I'm
love you
conservative.
I'm holding a lot of
regardless.
stuff in. I'm holding a lot of stuff in because my channel's under review, and there's some things that I want to get you guys together about, and I can't.
No, not get you guys together again.
She always want to get somebody together. I
Yeah,
always
she want.
want to
Yeah,
get somebody.
she wanted to get. She
She
wanted to get
is
people
so
online.
bossy.
Man,
She is so bossy. But anyways,
we know
She
where the
wanted to
man's
put a
gonna
nice little
be.
bow on this shit. It'd be like a
she
nice
want
little
to
"Make
give us. She's
America
a
Great Again" bow.
dominatrix. She's a dominatrix. But anyways, I'm about to drop down.
Good night
And
to you.
until
Good morning
next
to you.
time, free Karmelo Anthony.
Oh,
Peace.
no.
And
Oh,
God
no.
bless America.
I can't believe that was her final. Oh no, she is so. I'm so mad that she waited to say that. Let me tell you something.
You know she had to leave with a bang.
No,
I
she
know.
QI, she got to leave with a bang.
A lot of times people. Oh, thank you, CPN. Welcome. You said I did well. Thank you, CPN. I tried, but it gets a little rough on the comments sometimes. When I'm speaking to people now, I knew all along because I heard some other things. People told me QI was live somewhere else. I had to go listen. I know. So QI's talking points, despite how she tried to sound over here, was all about freeing Karmelo. She does not feel, I don't think any amount of evidence will convince QI that Karmelo is guilty. And I have a problem with that, you guys. I just do.
Well,
wait a minute. My question is, she was saying he should be found of manslaughter, but now she's saying free Karmelo Anthony. What?
None of that
Wait,
stuff
what?
she didn't mean any of it.
Manslaughter is jail time. What?
She was just up here to argue.
Some cases.
Something confusing there.
I can't.
Not all cases. They no.
I can't.
See, that's what I'm saying. People don't realize. I've been in law enforcement. I've been in courts, and I've been even locked up. I know how the system works. And if you're found guilty, you're guilty. You got appeals and all that bull crap. But when it comes to manslaughter and stuff like that, there's a complete difference between that and the M and the involuntary and all that. There's a big difference, and the sentencing is different. So, he could be convicted and only get 1 day. You see what I'm saying? Let's, like I said, let's all sit back, relax, see how court's gonna go. Listen to the whole trial. Then you judge as you go along yourself, right or wrong, for the defense or for the prosecution. Then after the jury walks in there and gives their verdict, then it's the time to come on and make statements. Now,
Mr. Brothers, you may not. I kid you not. I do not have an opinion right now. If you want to know, now what I don't question, he did take somebody's life.
Well, look,
but wait,
you almost had me calling you QI.
Let me finish my thought. So he did take somebody's life. So what I'm waiting to hear from the defense, they're going to have to prove. The only way it can be justified is if he can successfully prove that he was in fear of his life and that he was acting in self-defense. So that's what I'm waiting for. As of right now, I'm like, he says that he took somebody's life. That's nothing to dispute. That's nothing to debate. That's what he said. So it's just a matter of the testimony that's coming up. And then once we have a verdict, then we can have a heated discussion. I'm not going to censor that chat at all. My mods aren't going to block anyone, I hope. And we can have at it. But until then,
well, that's what I was trying to get tonight to that point. I'm not judgmental on anything. When it comes to a trial, I've seen the guilty walk out. I've been at a trial when I know this guy was guilty as hell and the jury gave him a not guilty verdict. You see what I'm saying? So
look at Chow. We see Chow.
It happened years ago. This guy shot a man in the foot. Now, this is way back when. The jurors, and I knew one of the jurors was approached by this guy to bring him a not guilty verdict. He talked him into it, and then the juror talked the rest of the people into it because he paid them off with money, honey, big money. So, like I said, justice is not equal. It's not equal for all. And when they tell you that a jury of your peers, that's what they should mean, but they don't. They don't. Justice is not equal by no stretch of the imagination.
Fair enough. All right, you guys. I need to go sleep, but I do.
Well, you have a good night, dear.
Thank you.
And I'm
I
gonna
have
get crunked
2 hours
up.
before church.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'm gonna go in here and make me a big pot of coffee, and I'm gonna probably fix me a ham sandwich, and I'll be up there giving people the music that they need for this Sunday.
Okay. It's hard for me to find your channel, so I'll try my best.
No, it's under my name. It's under my name, dear. It's under my real name.
Sometimes it's not.
Yes, it is. Ain't no not. Yes, my name has always been William Carruthers. That was my biggest mistake coming on YouTube using my real name because I believe in honesty. You know, I do. I believe I'm proud of my name. So I put it in there. So
okay,
yeah. And then you can go on Facebook and find me. You know, that's how I got hooked up in some other crap too. But yeah, it's always been William Carruthers. If you don't spell it right, it's with a C-O. A lot of people spell it with a C-A. It's C-O-R-R-U-T-H-E-R-S.
You just doxed yourself.
Yeah,
I've been doxed. Hey, I doxed myself years ago when I went to the doctor's office and I was showing them my certificate where I got my C-19 shot, and my phone number happened to be showing.
Thank you for stopping by, Kimberly. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Kimberly, Mike. Enjoy your.
I'm sorry. To be clear, I have sympathy, but my heart really, really goes out to Austin's family because their son is no longer with us, and his dad is having to hear some pretty bad stuff. And in court, when they showed the autopsy report and the images were really graphic, my heart really goes out to that family. They don't have their kid. Karmelo's family can still hug him. Both families are affected, but man,
absolutely,
what a tragic way to lose your life. It's like we have to value life more, and regardless of what side of the fence you're on, who you believe or not, a young guy lost his life for foolishness. That's what I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, Stewie girl. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all.
All right, you take care, dear, and I'll be peeking in on you every once in a while. I may not drop